Fuji go high the beat. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took L's to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took L's to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
That was a long ass reach to that one.
Oh yeah, you see it. That is not a filter. That is not a filter. Your boy forehead is darker than it was the last time you seen it. That's not a filter.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is episode 42 of the Heavyweight Bros. That's Kevin Love episode 42.
I guess you can go with that. You go with Jackie Robinson.
Oh my God! It's the Jackie Robinson episode, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking barriers. You know what I'm saying? It is the Heavyweight Bros. It is Tuesday, April 19th. I am your host, as always, the 5XL assassin, the diabolical diabetic, your boy, the big nasty. I don't even think we could call him the high yellow hitman no more. That boy is lightly toasted. He's level 3 on your toaster.
Don't adjust your tent. It's
boy,
just me.
Coach Buck, the fried dumpling. Uncle Raisin is in the building. What's going on, boy? How?
We're starting this over.
How you doing?
Yo, you're terrible, bro.
Look like a s'more right now.
Yo, this is crazy. Yo, listen, man. I am beyond fabulous. I can't even explain, man. It's like more like a rejuvenation, man.
Do you think like this is what your skin tone is supposed to be, but it's like because we up in the Northeast, like
yes. Yes. I blame the caucus of caucuses.
Oh,
Get me out of this northern weather. I'm ruined forever. Don't worry, I won't get to it.
Brother, you came back to some rain and all that stuff.
Was
like,
ruined
oh my God.
Forever. Mind you, it rained. We'll get to it at home cooking. I got a lot. But I will say it did rain while I was away, and the rain felt different. It was just like right.
It was like you felt like Carl Thomas, like summer rain.
Right, it's like cool down, my boy.
Sweetest thing.
Right, man, this is crazy, man. I want to leave home to go home.
Oh man,
yeah, but yeah, man, it was. I feel good, man. I feel really good. Like I said, rejuvenated. I feel like old boy from Mandalorian when he hopped in his little tank.
About the tank.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, he was really just like letting anybody use that. He's like, put him in the about the tank.
Right, and I didn't see the water getting changed either. I was like, I sharing bath water. That's disgusting.
Green water too. Like, it was supposed to be green.
Right. Like we digress though. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Like okay. I'm glad to see you. What you call it, like rejuvenated and melanated. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I like it. He's a poet. Didn't even know it.
I mean, I knew it. So screw it.
Hey,
I'm always gonna do it.
Hey.
Even though I go through it. It's vacation time, bro. Like, granted, man. Like, there's some things I wanted to be doing, but like, basketball has been great.
Yes.
TV's been great.
Yes.
I'm chilling. Yes, I wish that I was on the island somewhere sipping on a drink and stuff like that. But it's like, like right now, I can make it through these last 2 months. That's all I really need to know, right?
That's what's up. And I know y'all noticed the flag in the back, man. So shout out to my peoples, man. That's where I was at for vacation in the Bahamas. If for those who I know is looking for this, if you want to go and check that timestamp for home cooking, that's where all this gonna be at. But
I would say for all of those that geography wasn't our strongest subject, you gotta tell us where the flag is from.
I thought I said it. I didn't say it. It's from the Bahamas. It's from the Bahamas. I give you a better shot at that. Boom. Look at that. Just like you see in the Olympics when they run all them sprint races. For real.
I'm assuming that's not what you were doing over there.
Racing?
Yeah.
No. I might have been racing.
So you were very upset. Racing?
Nah, I might have been racing to the next food stand.
It's like every time I be on these dating apps and they be like, oh, we should go for like a hike. I'm like walking? You sound crazy.
Like outside?
Yo, hey, I'll go outside. But I was like, if you think that like you taking my fat ass up a mountain to go look over a cliff, I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of walking.
Not unless it's a virtual experience. In my living room, like, whoa.
I'd rather fight zombies. Like my joint do something like that.
He was like, I'll go for a hike on the Oculus. You want to get right into it?
Of course.
All right, so we'll start with No diggity, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So, Digging in the Crate starts with a somber note. I was
Yes.
hoping this was a rumor. Turned out to not be a rumor, but DJ K Slay has passed away. It's said to be from complications.
Kind of mad that rhymed.
I know, right?
That was like that's bad. But
Yeah. Complications from COVID-19. It's reported.
yeah, I guess like he went in last year for COVID,
Mhm.
like really struggled through it. Almost didn't make it out. This last couple months have been pretty tough for him,
Mhm.
and then like he just finally succumbed to it, so like that. So like,
Yeah.
rest in peace, DJ K Slay. Like, I know his biggest, like one of the biggest things he did is like he kind of like introduced us to Papoose,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like he was always one of those guys. Like he had the dope mixtapes that DJ K Slay from around the way.
Right.
Mhm.
It's just, man, listen, it just sucks that, you know, we're getting to that age where a lot of the cornerstones of hip hop are like at the age where they can just pass away from a sickness. You know what I mean? It's just it's scary. I know just like last year, I believe around the same time, Fred the Godson passed away from complications of COVID-19. So
Mhm.
it's not a joke, man. I know summer is coming. I know we want to get back outside, but we still have to be careful, people. Like, you know, and I'm not saying that K Slay was not being careful, but you never know who was around him. Like if he's already had battle it once, he obviously had to have gotten sick again. So you don't know like where and amongst what people you could be among. Sometimes it's in the situations in which we feel most comfortable where people are getting sick. You know what I mean? So just be careful this summer. You know what I mean? We already got enough to think about what, you know, haters and violence and natural casualties. The last thing we need to do is add another layer because we're putting ourselves in harm's way. So just be mindful as the summer approaches.
I think that's the thing about COVID too, because like people think like once you beat COVID, like it's whatever, but it's like nah, like a lot of these things are lasting effects. Like there's a lot of people that their breathing is still not regular.
I was just about to say, my brother told me he still has trouble, like in some situations, running down here or going there, like the breathing is almost like a scary feeling.
I think Jason Tatum said that he still has a lack of smell.
Jeez.
Stuff like that. Like there's like a lot of young kids who got COVID, like they like their immune systems are shot still. Like it's one of those things. It's like just because you got it and got over it doesn't mean that like you're kind of out of the woods with it.
Right.
And I think that's the precautions that we're supposed to
catch it again.
Yes.
Because there are people who have caught it 2, maybe even 3 times.
I know someone that's caught it 4 times. And I was just like, you are living a life that is dangerous. I definitely stay away.
Stay inside.
I was like, oh, we're doing a family function. Is she gonna be there? I'm all set.
Yeah,
because that's patient zero right there.
You're a carrier.
You know, she's what we call it. She's definitely part of the umbrella corporation.
Like a little monkey from Outbreak. Like, yeah, but so yeah, just be careful, be safe. Like I said, summertime is approaching. Like I can still remember when COVID first happened, and all them kids was like, "You're not ruining our spring break. We're going to spring break." And then the kid was like, "We should have never came down here." Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Did you see what you call it? Like what it looked like at Coachella?
No.
Yo, Coachella was looking crazy, and I was like, yo, I know COVID about to put up a triple double in this month right now.
You said
like it looked crazy.
Double.
Like it looked crazy.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm all set, man. Stay away from me and mine, especially if you know you've been in mad wild random places.
What else we got?
Drake sending shots at Pusha T.
I wish we would have had the screen grabs up of what the actual bars were, because like there were some pretty solid bars.
Did I screenshot it?
Because it was from a leaked song that he's supposedly doing with Jack Harlow.
With Jack Harlow, yes.
For the album. So like somebody leaked it. It is like it's a pretty scathing stuff, but I was just like, at the same time, these are some pretty good Drake bars.
I did not screenshot it. I thought I did. They were not bad Drake bars.
No, not at all.
But for me, the way I'm looking at it is the reason you're still holding on to this is because you know you got body.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever in doubt.
Yeah, but what I'm saying now is like, fam, like it's too much time has gone past, bro. Like I beat you up one summer, and now you want to come back and fight me the next summer because you then went to find a boxing coach, got in the gym, and now you want to come back and get your rocks off here. It's over with, man. We done moved on. Like,
has he though? Because like,
bro,
like
Drake is the same thing when he was beefing with my bad. It's the same thing when he was beefing with Meek though. They was like, oh, Meek taking too long to come with a rebuttal. It's a wrap. This man gets a whole year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Drake did his rebuttal, and it wasn't all that. Like nobody really banged with it. But what I'm saying is like,
right,
Kanye and him buried the hatchet.
Right.
And Pusha still didn't want to bury the hatchet. So like, is it still over or is it still whatchamacallit?
Bro, just because we not trading words on the track doesn't mean I have to be friends with you. I can cordially say, all right, it's over, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be on the stage with you. It doesn't mean I'm about to do a track with you. It doesn't mean that we got to get money together. I'm just letting you know that you're safe. You ain't got to worry about me. You safe.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
thought it was corny.
I think Pusha's in album mode because his album does come out this weekend.
Right.
So like, I kind of wonder if this is almost like a 50 Cent Chameleonaire situation where Drake is like, hey, like, I know your album's got some buzz coming. You got these 2 tracks that came out and it's like they kind of fizzled. They didn't blow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, let me reignite this beef. Like let's release this, leak this track.
Uh-huh.
So that way, like people will be like, ooh, what's Pusha gonna say about Drake? So that way everybody goes to listen to him. Cause like a lot of these guys, like I know we talked about like the Benny album and stuff like that, but like a lot of these albums like have not been blown recently.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't know if you heard about Coi Leroy.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, somebody was talking crazy about the sales.
Yeah, like I think she had like 9,000 in sales like in the first weekend or so. Like
yeah, that out the trunk.
That's what I'm saying. People were like, "Damn, she went triple paper plate." Like it was crazy. Like yo, like Twitter was flaming her, and it's like, yo, you got 9 million followers like on IG, man. And it was like you only got 9,000 plays on your album. And someone was like, "This goes to show when people follow you for your entertainment value and not your artistry."
Right. That's crazy. Yeah,
I think
I think Push has already made the ultimate response by saying that he's more empathetic of what he said to Drake now that he is a father and in a relationship, and you know what I mean. So like, I think that was his way of saying, Drake, take whatever shot you want. I'm all set, man. And the more you take shots and somebody else does not come back, the more you look like a fool. It's like you on your 17th Cannabis album and LL's like, nah, I'm all set, man. It's good. I already killed you.
I feel like he's saying something. He's like, man, that Drake diss was just a breeze. I'm out here beefing with Mickey D's. Like, it's like something like that. Like, yo, it's like, yo, a billion served in a day. Like, I'm not worried about you. Like, I'm over here battling corporations right now. Fish sandwiches. Yeah.
Listen, I don't think he has to say anything, but that would be hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Push out ghostwrite for you. Let me know. Like, I got some stuff in the chamber for you.
Like, so you could ghostwrite for him while he's ghostwriting for 6 other people.
I mean, do you want to get into like the albums that are now confirmed to be getting released, or do you want to keep going like on the list? We'll get to the last one because the last one is the big one.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, another person that kind of dropped some subtle bars, and I did not know there was a connection, only because I didn't know there was a back and forth going on here, was Faizon Love and Jay-Z.
The actor?
Yes, Faizon Love.
Big Worm.
Yes, Big Worm. Big Perm had words for Jay-Z. Mind you,
the greatest of all time, the GOAT, Jay-Z, is beefing with Big Worm.
I don't even know if you call it beef. I just think it's like subtle G checking or whatever. So Faizon, and I know why I missed this. It's because I don't watch Vlad TV.
He does a lot of interviews with Vlad of like just airing out stuff.
Yeah, I get a weird vibe from him.
Of
you know
Vlad.
What I mean?
You know Vlad's from Springfield?
Bro, don't
I swear on everything.
Bro,
he did an interview.
Man.
He did an interview once. He was interviewing somebody, and he was just like, and they kind of like tried to G-check him, like, "Yo, where are you from?" He's like, "Yo, don't play with me, because like I'm from Springfield, Mass." And then like that was a big thing.
I need the facts on this, man.
Yeah, he was, and then like,
facts on this.
and he dropped like where he was from. I can't remember. All right, here you go. Like, do we have to do this on air?
Yes.
Because like, yeah, Vlad from Vlad TV is on there, but like I've seen a bunch of different Faizon interviews where he's just like pillow talking. It's like the best way I can put it. You found it?
This brother's Ukrainian, bro. Born in the Soviet Union.
But he lived in and was like raised in Springfield, Mass.
Bro, I can't believe.
What did you type in?
Where is he from?
Don't do that. Do Vlad TV Springfield, Mass. To see what comes up.
Man, that joint came up fast.
Like I told you, and I was like, all I know is I ain't never seen him before.
First living in Massachusetts before settling in California.
Yeah,
I ain't going for it, man.
You got to see that like in the interview when he does it, because like that was a big thing. It's like everybody was like,
I have to see that, and
everybody said,
I'll give 1,000 apologies, but yeah, I just don't rock with it. It's a weird vibe.
But what did Faizon say that got Jay-Z upset?
He said this man's basically what a lot of people say about Push, saying that he's a fake drug lord, or like all the stuff that he brings up in his raps is not true. His boy was the guy, and Jay-Z was just, he almost hit him with like some Nas bars, like your man was that guy, and you was just with your man all the time, and you was not that guy. So
if Rick Ross's career has told me anything, who cares about lying on tracks? Like Rick Ross is like the king of just like, I'm just going to lie and make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like granted, like I feel like hip hop is the only art form, or like the only music form where like we need validity, and it's like, why do we need it? Like, you know what I mean? Like I hope Jay-Z wasn't poisoning the community for all the years, because like that's never what I liked about Jay-Z. The bars is what I liked about Jay-Z.
Nah, I feel you. I mean, for me, it's all about relatability. Is that a word?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, for me, the substance does matter. Like I would hate to be listening to somebody that's not really from that. And I'm not saying that I'm condoning anything that he may have done in his prior years, but it's just like it I don't know. It just that joint, like there's a lot of people I don't listen to because that joint is just like, I'm all set.
I think there's a lot of people that like are involved like tangentially, where it's like kind of like you said, like my man's was doing it. So it's like, I know all the vocab, like I know all the lingo, like I know all this stuff. And it's just like, as long as you know what you're talking about, like I don't really care. Like, but if you start spitting some stuff and I'm just like, what are you saying right now?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like where I lose. I'm just like, all right, bro.
I grew up where dudes would get cut off at the lunch table, like, bro, you talking about something you don't got, bro. Like that bar about your car outside is hot, but we at the lunch table right now. You don't have no car outside. Next.
But it was like when early on when Drake was doing gun talk, and people were just like, "You don't tote guns, bro. Like, don't do that."
Right.
And it's like, yeah. So like he kind of was just like, "All right, I'm a certified lover boy."
Certified lover.
And I was like, "Hey, that's you.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane."
And it's
but
like,
yeah. So go ahead.
No. Finish.
So I didn't make the connection until I heard about all of this, but the first bar in Rick and Neck and Wrist with Pusha T
and Hov
is a Faizon Love bar.
What is it? What does he say?
The phase I'm on love, I wouldn't believe it either. I'd be like, Jay-Z's a cheater. I wouldn't listen to Raisin either. Yeah.
Why do we care about Faizon Love, bro? Like,
and that's what so that's what piqued my interest. Like, listen, man, it always brings me back to, the Raisin in the Sun, the Puff Daddy line when he was like, I'm a giant, and all these little ants around here is talking to me. It's like,
but it's like
what? Like, I don't understand why you give it the time. But, I mean, I'm about $1 with the F is 50 cents. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to check it just to check it and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you one bar and keep it moving. I'm not about to make a whole track because it's not that serious. But it was like almost like, it wasn't really a diss, but it was just like, all right, fam, you feel however you want to feel. I'm a Billy Strong over here.
Because it's like, I mean, that's kind of what he did on Takeover, right? Like when he was just like, I'm not even going to give you guys the whole song. He's like, yeah, I'm going to give you like 2 bars. It was like for Mobb Deep and like for everybody else like on there and stuff like that.
You get half a bar.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's just like, that's really the best way to go about it. Because like if I make a whole song about you, I really care.
Yeah. I just saying like, I didn't put the connection together until I found out about the Faizon Love.
I think it's like, Faizon Love is like a C-list black celebrity. Like think about like black actors, right? Yeah. Like he's not in like the Denzel, Chadwick Boseman, like all these people. So like you're definitely like a tier below that. And it's just like, you're probably like a tier below that. Like you're like, what was the last movie where Faizon Love was the headliner of the movie?
It was some vacation movie. He wasn't even the headliner, but he was
like Couples Retreat.
I think it was Couples Retreat.
He was the black guy in Couples Retreat. Like there was a black couple. And that's what I mean. Is like, why are we like you're Jay-Z? Like not only are you like the cream of the crop of like, you're probably like in the top tier of black celebrities. Like you're in the top tier of just celebrities, period. Like we talk about like how everyone around the world knows who Snoop Dogg is. Like I'm pretty sure like even if they've never seen him, like everyone's like, oh, Jay-Z? You just went over here. They know who Hov is, right? Right.
Yeah.
It's Beyonce's husband.
Right.
But yeah, well, that's how we can keep moving.
All right. We have Papoose and Fab dropped a song.
How was it?
I added it in the rotation. It's called I Got a Plan. But I really like Fab. I really like Papoose. So
is this like right after K-Slay passed? They dropped this?
Nah, because K-Slay's in the song. So like I think this was something they already had. And this song was definitely out before K-Slate passed. So
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure Papoose has already got pen to paper for a tribute for the homie. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be super emotional. You know what I mean?
Do you ever sometimes think, how does this person got money? Like, so like, I think about Papoose, right? And it's like, Papoose never really had the hit.
I know.
And he's never really had like the songs either. So it's just like, where does your money come from?
The validity in his raps.
His wife, like that lean back money is really making like y'all like keeping y'all fed type of deal.
Nah, but you gotta think she was down for a good minute, bro, and he had to hold it down. I'm not saying like he like you know what I mean, but
yeah,
you know what I mean. He made sure she came home.
But that's what I was like. Granted, like I know like most artists make their money off of tours.
Yeah,
but it's like Papoose is headlining tours. I feel like this is the second time I've done Papoose slander, and I don't want it to make it seem like I hate Papoose.
I don't think it's slander. It's just saying, like, I mean,
it's the facts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I know the big question is like, where do all these young boys get their money, their first video? Like,
yes, like I think about that. I'm like, yeah, like you guys are flashing tons of money. And granted, like a lot of it is video props and stuff like that. And it's like, these are your advance money that you're kind of using for. But it's like, yo, some of the stuff I'm like, how does YK Osiris? Like he has like, so like they show like these videos and he has all this money. I'm like, this brother had one song.
I know.
And it wasn't even that big of a song. And you don't even know what song it is.
I don't.
And there's a reason why he's singing.
Every time I see this man, he's either playing bad basketball or borrowing some funds for somebody.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you owe Lil Baby money and why you owe Drake money.
Yeah, he don't owe Drake money no more because that man performed like, all right. So listen, listen, Drake, man, you be making some questionable decisions that be making me think you're not for the culture, bro. Like I'm saying, man, like. It looked real weird. Like you just looked.
You know that man like $60K or something like that, right?
Yeah, and Drake looked like the white dude was like, "Go ahead and sing me a song. I'll clear your debt." And that man got up.
Man, I will step and fetch you something crazy to get $60K off my books. Let me tell you.
I'm not, man. Listen, man, that joint looked crazy.
I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Yeah, that joint looked crazy, man. He was like, "What you want to hear?" He was like, "I got you, Drake." And
but you can say whatever you want to say. That brother saying them lyrics up. Give you it.
We got people setting us back every day. I'm not surprised. Like,
he set his debt back. What you call? I don't know what he did to like be $60K in the hole, but he was wilding.
Listen, man,
young boy was wilding.
Yeah, we'll move on from that. But yeah, it's called "I Got It Planned." Papoose featuring Fab.
Okay.
Classic Fab and Papoose type bars. You know what I mean? So if you like those
punchline, premier punchlines.
Okay. So if you like those type of artists, then they got a new track out. Last but not least, we got some albums coming out.
We do. Would you like me to read the slate off?
Yes, I would, because one of these things are not like the
other. One of these things feels like a hate crime, is what it feels like.
But so one of these things may sell out all the other ones, and I'm just gonna really be tight.
So these are literally like these next 4 Fridays. We have a new project.
Okay.
So this Friday is Pusha T's new album.
Okay.
The Friday after that is Future's new album.
Okay.
The Friday after that is Jack Harlow's album.
Okay.
And then we just got news that the Friday after that, May 13th, Kendrick Lamar is dropping a new album.
Sheesh.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is like. But yeah, but like.
If I had to put them in order of what the sales were going to look like, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to go Kendrick.
Yep.
Then I'm going to go Jack Harlow. And then I'm going to go Push.
Yep. And
then I'm going to go Future. And I hate to say it like that, but the way the community listens to music and the way they stream and the way everybody wants to be the first to something, like we already know people have been waiting for Kendrick so long. Even if it's a bad album, the numbers are going to be crazy.
Oh, and the D riding is definitely going to start ASAP as soon as he starts. Like they're like, people, this is why Kendrick's a GOAT.
Right, and then people are already going to be trying to pick their bars. Did you hear when he said this? It means this and it means that, and just like so we know Kendrick's going to be number one.
That's without a doubt.
Right.
But you think Jack Harlow's actually going to jump the other two?
Yes, because we have this is what we have allowed. This is what we have allowed, bro.
Bro, where are you going with this?
This is what we have allowed. This is what we have allowed. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. This is what we have allowed.
What have we allowed?
For the culture to get taken away, bro. Like, come on, man. It's like we talked about this a few shows ago when old boy with the thrift song. What's his name?
Macklemore.
Macklemore won a Grammy over
Kendrick.
Right. Like it literally does not make sense. Like if you look at the years from now till then, you would know that you clearly made a mistake. And it's not saying that like white rappers should not make music and like all of that. It's just like it's always this esteem to make sure that their music is where everybody else's is, just for the sake of balancing the culture when it's not. It doesn't need to be balanced in the first place.
I just think Jack Harlow makes good music, and it's like I think he knows his audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like you were kind of making fun of like the First Class, the Fergie song, but it's like that joint is doing numbers, and it's like it's killing it on TikTok.
I had no doubt that it was going to do numbers.
And like we're getting towards vacation time, and everyone is using that song on vacation. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like he knows what he's doing, and the bars aren't bad.
Right before spring break,
yeah,
so
yes,
a bunch of people can make sure that the song is out there. I already knew that was going to happen. I'm just saying, it's just like it's not. I can't listen to it.
All right. But like all I'm saying is like I don't think that you're wrong that he's probably going to be the second highest, because like we think about Future and Pusha doesn't really make music for the mass appeal,
right?
So it's just like you're kind of putting yourself in a box there. Plus, like I said, like his songs haven't blown; they've kind of sizzled. And then it's like, what was the last song Future put out besides like that Valentine's Day song?
Yeah.
Like in like
no, he did have a recent song that, or wasn't it the Valentine's?
I think it was the Valentine's song that you're thinking of.
Probably right.
But I've never been big on Future, but it's like he does have like quite a cult following.
Yes.
Like people really do check for his music and stuff like that. So like I think it's gonna do numbers.
Patrick Ramsey plans on playing his music every time before they play the Broncos. So Jalen Ramsey, my bad.
Yeah, but it's like I was like, who the hell Patrick Ramsey? But like, yeah. So like I wouldn't be surprised if it goes that way. I do think that Push is gonna be a little bit higher. Because he's coming first and there is no competition with him, like everyone's just gonna funnel to his music.
Yeah.
So like I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Jack might take like a bit of a hit because like you got Pusha, then Future, then Jack. So like everybody's gonna be like listening just to kind of compare and stuff like that. But like, I mean, Kendrick's clearly the number one. Like when he announced that, I was like, he would announce this, and then like now it's gonna be like a big thing. Especially like right after I said, I was like, I hope
smoking on your top 5 tonight. Smoking on that what's name tonight.
I still think he has a lot of catching up to do with Cole. That's all I gotta say. I think he's had quite a bit of catching up.
I mean, but Cole's been steadily active. You know what I mean? So
but that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, you're like 4 years behind, bro. This morning on my way here, 21 Savage and J. Cole's A Lot came on, and I was just like,
it's only gonna take one. It's going to take one Kendrick and Schoolboy Q track for me to be like,
all my life I had to fight.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like that's Jack Harlow in the middle of these releases. All my life I had to fight.
Every night I got to fight to prove my love. Yeah, all right, let's get to this Insomnia Hour, man.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Save me from the nothingness inside.
Hey. All right, so first things first.
My Pablo freaks on the
it's been a while.
Hey man, I never slip.
We got winning time.
Yo,
just keeps getting better every single episode. I did not watch the latest episode.
How would you know?
I did not. The first time ever, like I literally have to go on vacation and miss an episode for you to be talking crazy.
You ain't watched none of these Popcorn Papi movies, and like any time that I ever miss an episode, you make sure that it's like it's dug into the ground, like you body bag it, you OD it. But
thought you need some tissue.
Not these hard. These little Taco Bell napkins and everything.
Don't worry, I'm going to catch some movies this week because the boys is home. I'm home.
I might be going to see Sonic 2.
Nice wants to see Sonic 2. That was one of his birthday requests. So
okay. This winning time, it might be the best episode so far this season.
Yeah,
it's the
Larry Bird.
It's episode. The Larry Bird episode.
Yeah.
And it's like I know they've shown him like just like in clips, and it's like the guy who plays him like looks a little goofy. Like they're like, man, they did Larry Bird like really really shaggy. Yeah, like his beard was looking, his mustache was looking crazy. This episode, like they obviously they dramatize everything.
Excuse me.
So like. They took the approach with him like he's just an a-hole, like to the fullest extent. Like when he does his interviews, like it's all one word answers, and it's like every time like Magic says something, he just kind of like leans over. He's like, I'm gonna rip you a new a-hole later on tonight, right? And it's just like he's just nasty. Like Larry Bird's one of my favorite players of all time, and it's just like it's great to see like they're worried about Larry Bird. Like they're like, you know that boy Bird's like in the game though, right? And it's like, yo, Magic's like, I ain't scared of him. And they're like, you sure? And he's like, I don't think like, they're like, well, because you should be. Like Larry Bird is like, he's that guy. But it's just like the casting is like, it's always impeccable. Mm-hmm. So like, I know you saw the one with the Mike Epps as Richard Pryor.
And on what?
In the last episode of the episode before of Winning Time, where Richard Pryor shows up like at the club and he's like trying to school Magic Johnson. He's played by Mike Epps. Brother, did you miss 2 episodes?
I might have missed 2 episodes.
Yeah, this man, wow. You tripping, bro.
Wow.
And you missed 2 episodes. So then this episode, they had Elgin Baylor in there, who's played by Orlando Jones.
What?
Yes, bro. And it's like to me, like they keep pushing it. Yeah.
Yo, this is who's doing the casting?
Yo, and like you watch it, and like I think the next episode is a Dr. J episode. Yeah, and the guy that they got to play Dr. J, I'm like, yo, these brothers, whoever is the casting director is crushing it.
Yeah. Because I don't even know who this Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, dude. But
he's my favorite person in the show.
He is doing great. He's doing great with Kareem. So I
wait till you see this episode, because this is like where Kareem starts to get on Magic like a lot, where he's just like, yo, bro, like, what are you doing? And it's just like, yo, he's spitting bars in this episode.
What?
Like Kareem is spitting bars.
Yeah, I definitely missed 2 episodes.
Not only is this the Larry Bird episode, this is the Rise of Pat Riley episode.
Oh, so, man.
Yeah, and we get
they even combing the hair back.
Yes, and like when he does it, like he's like in the shower and he does the thing like that. When he does this, the real Pat Riley is the one that's doing it. And I was just like, yo, this show is so cold, bro. It's so cold. This show.
I remember when he did it the first time and it was showing old pictures of his dad.
Yeah.
Combing his hair. No. So it's like, oh man.
But they actually got the real Pat Riley to go into the mirror. And I was like, this show is cold-blooded. No. Show's cold-blooded. It's the best show on TV. I don't care. I don't care.
Told you I met Pat, right?
No, you didn't tell me that. You met Pat, right?
Man. When they did the enshrinement downtown.
Was this the Paul Pierce enshrinement?
Yes.
There was a lot of Paul Pierce tomfoolery in the stories.
Yes.
So I think like Pat Riley kind of got swept under the rug.
Yeah, but it was just like I was standing right next to, I guess, like a guy who does a lot of Miami radio. Mm-hmm. So literally every person associated with the Miami Heat came over to that guy.
So Dwayne Wade and everybody?
Yeah, Dwayne came over with Gabby. Chris Bosh came over. Alonzo Mourning came over. Pat Riley came over. Spoelstra came over. Ironically, he was wearing some Jordans on his feet. I'm just saying. All right, we'll move on. Atlanta.
Yeah, I watched that.
The new episode.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yo.
Because I was just saying, I know you've been on vacation, so like I'm not trying to be like OD, like you tripping.
No, I watched this one in the airport. But like, listen, all right. So the episodes are not only entertaining, but I'm really hoping that like people are catching the little subtle messages that are in every single episode. So if you're watching the last episode, what's the first thing that stuck out to you? Like, if you could get a message from the episode, what would it be? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I would say, because there's a lot in there. Like, there's a lot of
just give me one.
I would say like the pressure that we put on artists. So like even when like because there's always been like that phrase is like you work your whole life for your first album and then you have 6 months for your second, and it's just like like the writer's block, and then it's like him trying to figure that part out. I know that there's like the underlying race message, like in there and stuff like that, but like
always
that's like the big thing. So like I don't know if we want to get into like the Atlanta series like as a whole, because like people have had like a lot of complaints about it this season. And it's like, to me, like I've actually really enjoyed this season. And it's like
your palette.
And like people have been talking about like in general just like how many episodes don't have the main cast and how they don't like them. And I was like, those 2 episodes might have been my 2 favorite episodes of the season, because like they have a lot to say. And it's like, I think that's the best thing about Atlanta is it finds a way to tell you something without it puts it out there, but it doesn't force it down your throat or like force the message down your throat. But it's like right there for you to get it and stuff like that. And it's like that's where what I've really enjoyed. But like, what's the underlying thing that you about to get at besides the white boy on their squad wilding?
That's where I was gonna head right to, was the white boy on their squad.
Why is he still around?
I don't know why.
Because he was wilding at that party.
Right. Listen, when that man was like, I can't trust it.
Oh yeah.
Natural people who are getting on my nerves. But now for me, the instant message I got is it's the ones closest to you.
Yeah.
It's the ones closest to you, man. So it's just like, you got to keep them circles tight. And their circle was already tight. I don't know why they needed to add anybody. I don't even know what he's there for.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know what he does.
So like when I seen the whole throwing of the phone into the garbage. I was just like, yeah, this is crazy. Thank you, son. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is for later. Don't worry. Don't let this distract you.
You're okay. I was like, yo, what is this? I was like, we about to pop bottles already. Let me know. But my vacation vibe real quick.
And I also saw like once you start making it big, the quality of how you can trust people changes.
Oh yeah.
And you don't know like who is a fan and who's trying to take advantage, because the kid actually turned out to
be a real fan.
To be a real fan, and he actually made it through some tough stuff in his life because of some of Paperboy's bars, and he didn't get to have that genuine experience because somebody was taking advantage of him at that given point in time, and it was somebody from his inner circle. And that joint is it was just crazy. Wow, like it's the type of stuff that they're trying to get you to pick up on, and even if that wasn't the message, it organically is part of the show anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't know if it was the main message, but it definitely was one of them.
Yeah. So
I think this season's been fantastic. I don't know if it's my favorite season, but it's up there. Like, like I can't think of them all off the top of my head and stuff like that. But like, I was like, I mean, first of all, I hope that this has like 5 or 6 more episodes in it, because it's like I know we're already at episode 5.
Right.
So it's like
it has to at least be 5 more episodes.
Yeah, I don't know like how we're gonna wrap it up.
You already know the big finale has to be whatever is going on with the baby mom. I keep forgetting her name.
Vanessa.
Val, yeah.
Van.
Yeah. Van. Yeah. That's what the big thing is, because
I'm worried about it, bro.
I am too.
And it's like
I'm starting to think like maybe she did sleep with the friend and she might be pregnant. Like it's so much, like they're layering it and I feel like because of the way Childish Gambino is, like it might mess around and just be like all this build up for her to just be like, I was sick. like you better not leave us hanging like that, man. It better actually be something going on with Van.
But it's like, and I don't want us to get like super, super off track, but it's like, it's kind of like how you deal with people who you used to be with.
Okay.
And it's like, like how you're not together no more, but it's like you still care, but it's like you're not allowed to care as much as you used to care.
Got you.
And it's like,
but you still do.
And it's like he does, and like he's trying to reach out, and like we see like his text messages and like how one-sided that they are, and it's like you're kind of overstepping your role, but it's like you kind of need to overstep your role to get there, and it's like it's such a dangerous line to teeter, because then it's like, am I going to completely ruin whatever our new relationship is because like I'm trying to just make sure that you're okay, and it's like it's going to piss you off to the point where you're just going to like drop me altogether, but it's like it's worth it to make sure like you're okay,
right?
And it's like it sucks that like that's like a negative thing. Like it's almost like, oh my God, like will you leave me alone? Like it's a negative thing, but it's like a lot of people don't have anybody that checks on them like that, and it's like it's frustrating watching it for him and like through his eyes, because it's like like now because that's kind of like his role. It's like he's the caretaker of everybody,
right?
Like he's Paperboy's manager, and like now he's like really taking care of everything. He's paying attention to like
even Paperboy said that. He was like, yo man, I feel like we don't kick it, you always so busy. He was like, yeah, well, doing a bunch of stuff for you.
He's like, yo, like every question that you had is already taken care of. All your needs are already met.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and that's what I'm doing. And it's like, I don't know what earns if he's taking care of himself, but it's like, I know what it's like to be like in that position where it's like, you feel like you need to make sure that everybody's okay before like you check up on your own stuff, because everybody else's stuff just seems much more important, or like they need it more than you need it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And he's literally not managing any other artist but Paperboy. So it's just like, well, my busyness and undivided time is all dedicated to you.
They don't really explain enough how big Paperboy is like in their world. Like it's like like everybody loves him, but it's like that's just the fandom in general.
Right.
It seems like he's making quite a bit of money. But it's like they don't really say like is he like a Drake level artist, or is he just like a Gucci Mane type artist, like type of deal, like you know what I mean? Because it's like he's meeting like all these pretty high class people, and they know who Paperboy is, and like he's being put in like these other inner circles, and he's helping other people manage their stuff.
Right.
And like I always wonder, I'm just like, how big is Paperboy really? Because some of these venues are some of them are pretty big, and some of them are pretty small. Like you know what I mean?
Right. So I don't know. I'm enjoying the show though.
Absolutely.
For those of you who are not, then you just need to, like I said, extend your palate a little bit.
Or it's just like some things are for some people. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm just saying, you probably like it if you gave it a shot.
Word.
Winning time still number 1 for me. Number 2 is is Atlanta.
All right, so we'll move on to Snowfall. Are you all caught up on Snowfall?
I want to say I watched the episode after the wedding. That's the last episode, right?
I believe so.
Because then we're getting ready for the finale.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm all
A
caught up.
lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Franklin is a smart dude.
Yep.
And I feel like he's finally getting back to the original Franklin Saint.
Mm-hmm.
No yelling, no screaming. He's just literally telling people, all right, it's cool. I wish you the best.
Yeah.
And like, it ain't like I'm wishing you the best because I'm out, that's what he's saying. But it's almost like, all right, fam, I've been holding on to this for a good little minute. He
kind of went off on Louis for a minute though.
But then it was just like, because that could have been like going on, and then after going off, I'm gonna scream on you some directions, and if this don't happen, it's gonna be an issue. Yeah. He screamed, and he was just like, you know what? I wish you the best, fam. I wish you the best. And I think the only person who noticed was Jerome, man. Like, he was like, what's going on? This is his way of saying, teach your man how to swallow. Next time I'm gonna meet you with this hammer. Like, yo.
Please don't kill Jerome.
Listen, man, if they kill Jerome, I'm not watching next season. There's a couple people that are untouchable for me, and Jerome is one of them.
Is the other one Leon?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure those are everybody's two favorite characters, and they're the two characters that have kind of been getting done dirty.
Right, because now Leon's coming around. He trying to get Shorty back. You know what I mean? It's like,
and I got a soft spot for Wanda. I got a soft spot for Wanda.
Listen, kind of Africa with me, fam. Like, oh, yo, listen.
I was like, look at my boy. Look at my boy.
He said that so subtly, like, yo, I'll pay for your passport. I'm gonna pay for the trip. Leon's sitting on something that nobody know he's sitting on, bro. That man, he ain't making no mistakes in the projects, right?
I was going to say, like, he's making all that money and he's still living in the projects. Like, of course he's stacking.
Right, and it's not because he doesn't need, like he has to. Yeah. He's there to be there, like, you know what I mean, in the midst of it.
And it's kind of crazy because you kind of forget that they're in like the 80s because it's like how easy he could talk about getting passports and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, that joint is a process now. But it's like, back then it was like, yo, like we can get our passports tomorrow. Right. Like you could just do that.
Right. And just be out. But yeah, man, I'm anxious to see what this is leading for. Because like even when he met with Teddy, and he's just like, yeah, man, you did me dirty. But it's all right, man. I wish you the best. Like, yo, that wishing people the best, man. Yo, that wishing people. I only know from personal experience, bro.
Is that the new Godfather kiss on the forehead?
Yo, listen, man.
You betrayed me.
Have you ever wished somebody the best? Like, regardless of what your intentions were around it, like if you were genuinely wishing them the best, or if you were just like, I'm in an all set moment, but just like, you know what? I hope you're prosperous, man. Like, I wish you the best. I'm all set.
I like, like when people they want advice on a situation, and it's like you give them the advice, and then
they say it's great advice.
No, but they kind of fight back. They kind of fight back your advice a little bit, and you're just like, hey, man, like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, whatever you're gonna do is whatever you're gonna do. Like, that's kind of like my wish you the best. Like, I would never say like I wish you the best without actually wishing somebody the best. I choose my words very carefully, like a lot, so like that. But it's just like, but like sometimes I'm like, hey, listen, you gonna do whatever you gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. That's like
right. And it's just, listen, man. I wish you the best.
It seems very final,
man. I wish you the best, fam. I hope you're prosperous. You know who that was for. Bang, just like that. We offer this. Woke season 2.
I have not started watching it.
You don't have to.
Okay.
There's no rush to get to it.
Oh, it's still. I know you brought it up last time. You already started watching it.
But I finished it off.
They put it out in the block.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be, like, because it wasn't as many episodes as it was the first season. Okay. So they may have some some other stuff coming into season 2 again. Okay. But the way it ended, it kind of seemed like this was the end of season 2, and it wasn't bad because I was kind of concerned where the show was going to go. But it still kept me entertained, and it still got me to watch the whole season. Mm-hmm. So the same gentleman who was like quote unquote woke now is just like now he's
Winston.
Right. He's now dealing with the whole process of having a platform. And with every platform, people attach their platforms to your platform. Like, hey, I know you're talking about this, but you never talked about this, and you never talked about that, and you didn't talk about this. So now your opportunity to have a platform now becomes everyone else's platform. And you're like, am I doing this wrong? Am I not doing enough of this? You know what I mean? So he becomes conflicted with what he's doing, tries to do too much. It goes wrong, and now he has to fix that. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. I didn't know where the show was going to go, but they ended up finding some substance in it.
The show is a comedy, right?
Yes.
But it seems like they deal with some heavy topics.
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Is it kind of like Atlanta?
If Atlanta was a comedy.
So Dave.
Never watched Dave.
You didn't watch the Little Dicky show, Dave?
No.
Bro, like there's a lot of stuff you got to get to. If you love Atlanta, Dave is just white Atlanta, and it's really, really well done, bro. I'm being for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dave is white Atlanta.
I'm being for real.
I'm writing Dave down. I'm gonna write Dave down.
Because like literally everybody that like I talked to about it.
What's
and,
it
like,
on?
Hulu.
Okay.
Because it's an FX show too, and I'm pretty sure Donald Glover has like a piece into it. Like, some of the writers from Atlanta are on Dave.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's really, really well done.
Okay, I got through most of the season 1 of Killing It.
Okay, the Craig Robinson show.
Yep. Also, don't have to rush to see it, but it also is entertaining.
I did watch
anything Craig Robinson works for me.
I did watch a couple episodes of Bust Down. I got to the cookout episode, and that was funny.
No! Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. Yo, that is the best episode of the season, bro. Yo, the cookout episode is hilarious, bro.
Yo, light skinned bro is my favorite character.
Yo, fam. The cookout episode is hilarious. Yo, there's so much to relate. Yo, I've been on the grill and should not have been on the grill before. In my younger days, I'm well rounded with the grill now. But I remember my first couple of times on the grill, it did not go too well. You know what I mean? Seeing Shorty on the grill was hilarious, but yo, the light skinned dude makes the episode.
He's been my favorite character throughout the whole season because it's just like they make like and
I was like, this can't be his real voice.
They make him so light skinned.
Right. I need to hear him talk in real life. I please don't let this be his real voice.
So he's from the show Insecure.
Never seen it.
I know you haven't. And it's like it's one of the best black shows in you haven't watched it.
Sorry.
But he's from Insecure, and like it's interesting because he plays so like the Insecure is kind of like about like these women like in very high power situations in the dating world and stuff like that. So it's like he winds up being this guy who's dating the whatchamacallit, like a lawyer. Okay. And he like he's pretty much checking all the boxes. He's he's doing all this other dope stuff. But then it was like he winds up working. She finds out that he works at like Enterprise or something like that, and like that bothers her because she's a lawyer. So like then she's already like now she's starting to be like, yo, but you work at a car rental place and da. But like his main claim to fame on that show is like later on they have this discussion, and he brings up the fact that he had a gay experience in college. And she was like, oh, so you gay? And he was like, no, that was just something that happened in college. And it was like, she just can't let it go. And it was like, it winds up being like, it becomes like a bigger topic. Is like how do you, like, what really defines like your sex? Are you defined by like one experience? It is like, and he's just like, yo, you've never like made out with a girl or like done all. She was like, yeah, well, like in college, but it's just like, he's like, so you gay? And she's like, no. And he was like, so I ain't gay. She was like, well, that's different. And it's like, why is it different? So like, it brings up like that whole thing. And he winds up getting dropped because of it. Because like
the show or from the
from her, like she's just like, I can't do with him anymore because she's just like, oh, like now I think like every time I see him doing stuff, like I think that like there's some sus stuff behind, like you just always sus.
Oh my god.
Type of thing. So like it was just like, yo, he was a really, really good dude. He was really, really good to her, but she just couldn't look past this thing. So it's like now he's on this show and like he plays the super light-skinned, sensitive bro. And it's like I was just like, yo, like have I overlooked this character? Because like this dude was solid on Insecure, and I was like, he's like my favorite character right here.
That cookout episode is the best episode of the season for me, bro. Like, yo, that joint it has so many layers in it, bro. Even down to the point to how it ends.
Yeah,
it's like
yo, he's got a shit bag.
He's like, I didn't think to tell me that before. He was like, it's on my shirt.
Yo, when Buddy came up behind him and put him in that chokehold, he was like, yeah, let go of me. He was like, I was having such a dope intellectual black conversation. Right.
He
was like,
yeah.
He was like, well, you be in the house, right?
Yeah.
That was a wild joke.
Yeah, that bag would have got busted right then and there.
What'd you say?
But I'm glad that you're enjoying it because it's definitely a good show.
It is.
And that episode was like, I watched that episode twice. Well, I didn't rewind the whole thing, but I kept rewinding certain parts because it was just that hilarious where it was just like, yeah, I could.
Yeah, when he goes into the kitchen, where she brings him into the kitchen, and he's trying to say, she's like, yo, watch him. I was like, I really like this episode.
Yeah, the joke is dope. So yeah, we have.
I'm sorry, when she comes to, when she's talking to the burgers, and it was like, you know what you got to do, and like she confesses to the burger, she's like, yeah, now you just got to tell her. She's like, hell no, I flip that burger. Yo, I love lack of accountability. Like I'm telling you,
what's you call it? Still super consistent. The dude from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Chris Redd. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I am not liking the young kid though. Like I think he's doing too much. Like he's like, oh, I get 3 crazy things to do.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that. I was like, you're doing a lot.
Yeah. Wait till his next episode though. His next episode, he has a good moment.
Okay, because I was just like I like the first episode.
He'll warm up to you.
The first episode where it's like he's kind of like the victim and it's like all this other type of stuff. But then I was like, now you're just being weird to be weird.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like you know what I mean? Like you're doing too much. Like when he's like in the sperm donor thing and he's like in the vents and he's like, oh. I was like, why is he like this? Like you're doing like way too much.
Wait till next episode.
It's almost like he wants to be Chris Redd's character. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. It's like you're trying to do that, and it's like you can't do it the way this guy does it.
Freddie Games though.
Oh yeah, he's still top. He's still top up there, bro.
He's holding it down.
He's holding it
down.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 announcements.
Okay.
First, 50's trying to find someone to host the Power Universe.
Yes, because his Stars contract is up.
Yes, and he's not going back to them.
Yep.
And if there's any TV network that's out there struggling, I would suggest picking up 50 Cent's Power Universe because I'm pretty sure this is not the last book. He still has another season of Kanan. You got another season of Tariq. You got another season of Tommy after this season is over.
I love how Black people describe these shows because they're called Force. They're called like, like Ghost. Like they're called all this stuff. But it's like, I'm watching Tommy. I'm watching Tariq. And I'm watching Kanan.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you're at least getting the playbacks of all the seasons that people may not have watched, but also a whole full season, and
you get power.
You know what I mean? So, and you got to think for all of them to have another season, it's like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I know they're all different shows, but they're still all under one umbrella, and people are going to watch these shows. If they got through all of Empire, there's no reason why they can't get through all of Power.
Who's throwing the bag at him?
Ooh, if I had to guess,
yeah, because like he's not going to Hulu. For instance, like he's not going to Hulu.
I'm thinking major network, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like Fox. HBO Max? Oh, you thinking like TV?
Yeah.
But who's Fox attached to? Isn't Fox? Is that Disney Plus?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure Fox is under the Disney umbrella, and it's like I don't think Disney's taking the Power Universe.
Yeah, nah, you're right. So if I had to say anything, I would say Paramount, only because I know Paramount. You're allowed to get edgy. I know the stuff that
HBO Max though, like that's the edgiest is HBO.
You're right. I don't.
You know who's really struggling with programming, and I think like if they were smart, that they would hop on it because I know that they have a Stars package and all that stuff. Amazon Prime.
Facts.
Because it's like I feel like everyone has Amazon Prime.
That's where that's what I watch it on.
Yeah, see, like because you got the thing that like attaches to it, right? The bundle, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like Netflix could take it, but it's like.
No.
Is that really where you want to go with it?
No.
So like I feel like it's kind of HBO Max and
Netflix is not a week by week and 50 is a week by week.
Because like
plus you get the what you call it show too. Oh boy, that got out of jail, became a lawyer.
Got out of jail, became a lawyer.
Yes. He was falsely accused of a crime, got his lawyer degree while he was in jail, and then he came out of jail and is a lawyer.
I have no idea who plays this character.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Who plays the character? Come on, man! Like, give me help me out. Is he a black dude?
Yes.
And this is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, for life.
Okay, I never watched any of that.
Oh my! This guy right here.
But I have no idea who this man. It's just like it was like Keke Palmer. She's like, never seen that man before in my life. I wish him well.
The young girl that plays his daughter kind of reminds me of Keke. Oh. Well, yeah, for life. So I'm pretty sure that's a 50 show too.
But what I'm saying is like, so like your roads are kind of Amazon Prime and HBO Max, right? And it's like I feel like if you go to HBO Max, like yes, you fit right in there, but it's like you kind of get lost in the shuffle because like HBO Max has nothing but. To me, they've had the most quality programming.
He could go Peacock.
Yeah, but it's like Peacock. I feel like nobody's checking on Peacock. Like I don't know how. I'm pretty sure.
That's why I said struggling networks would want to jump on this.
So Amazon Prime, and it's like I talk to people about this all the time. I feel like everyone has Amazon Prime, but we struggle to find shows to actually watch on Amazon Prime. Like my grandmother loves Amazon Prime because it's like all B-list movies on there. Like all these like Steven Seagal movies, Jason Statham movies that like didn't make it to the theater like are on there, stuff like that. Like that's what they have. But it's like as far as like network shows go, it's like you got The Boys, you got Invincible, Reacher was a big one for them. Billions, Succession. I don't watch either of those two, but those are both on there. But it's just like you're missing like the thing. But it's like if you add the Power universe there, and you already have the bundle system that like already had it on there, so it's nothing to transfer this stuff over for you guys. It's like I feel like that could be like a pretty big vehicle for them because like they're also trying to
you need to have the money to give to 50.
Yeah, and they're they're trying to do Thursday Night Football.
Oh, right? Really?
Yeah, because they did Thursday Night Football all last year. Like that was all on Amazon Prime.
I didn't know.
And like I think they're trying to do Monday Night Football, or they're trying to build like their crew. So like Amazon Prime is really trying to become the new Netflix.
Okay.
So it's like, why not hop on this 50 Cent universe? Because like I don't know when's the last time you opened your Amazon Prime app besides like when you watch The Boys. TV. And it's like so like The Boys or something like that when that comes out. But it's like I think about it like sometimes like I'd be like I don't know what I want to watch and I'll go on there and I'm like these are the shows on here.
I open it every weekend to watch Tommy.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, all right.
That's it.
To watch Tommy.
To watch Tommy. All right. So and last but not least, we have a new TV series coming out on HBO Max. Okay. I'm super excited about this. It's from the same directors of The Wire.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you're talking.
And something else.
It's The Wire, bro. There's a lot of Wire.
I feel like it has a very wiry feeling to it.
It reminds me of The Shield too.
Close. Yeah. Good one. I feel like this is almost like The Wire from the police standpoint, maybe. But I feel like the police were pretty involved in The Wire too.
Yeah, The Wire always made sure to give both sides their just due.
But without holding it out, it's called We Own the City.
Yep.
It does have some characters from The Wire in it. So like Marlowe's in it.
Yep.
He plays a police officer.
Yep.
The guy who plays the Punisher,
John Bernthal,
is in it.
Yep. If he gives me one good, I'm like this is that show all the time.
He better not.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm like that's my guy. My man Shane.
Oh boy, that from Coach Carter. That was with Ashanti.
You lost me.
You watch Coach Carter, right?
Yeah. You
know the guy who was dating Ashanti and Coach Carter?
Not really. Like he was one of the least characters I cared about.
Who went to Sacramento, and I'm hopeful. Yes, I am.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know that brother's name.
He's in it. He's got a full beard now.
Oh snap! Yo, that scared the piss out of me.
Don't worry. I got you.
Wow. Oh, you are Bohemian man.
There we go. But yeah. So he's in it. The light-skinned, skinny dude. I can't even remember what other show he was in.
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
Yeah, he raps.
I'm not. Yeah.
But like he was in he's in a Western, I'm pretty sure that we watched.
Not that one, but he was in a Western.
Yeah, he's in a Western.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of quality stuff, but like I don't know what his name is off the top or like what his other big role was.
The mom from Lovecraft Country.
The sister from Lovecraft.
The sister from Lovecraft Country is in there. It's a really star-studded cast. And basically what the show is about is police officers who are over policing a Baltimore area where it's kind of like the war on drugs again. You know what I mean? So like kids are getting locked up for insane numbers of time. They're over policing Black communities, but through all that too, they're getting into the ambiance of what police officers actually do at crime scenes when they're finding these drugs or these loads of money. And it gets to the point to where this little team of like 12 guys, I think it is, are like literally making busts so that they can get money from the dealers in the neighborhood. And it becomes this whole big case. I thought it was a movie at first. Joelle hit me and let me know that it's not a movie. It's actually a TV show. So I'm super excited. It comes out, starts the 25th, which is next week.
Sunday.
It's called We Own the City.
HBO
and I will
Max.
definitely be tuning in. It's on HBO Max. Thank you for dropping that nugget.
Because like we are getting ready, like Snowfall's about to have its final episode. Atlanta's coming to a close. I believe this Winning Time was like episode 7. So like that's getting ready to end as well. So it's like, yo, something's got to fill that slot.
Right.
And it's like, I am most certainly checking this show out. I was like, written by the people from The Wire, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. A lot of The Wire cast is returning because like not only is it Marlowe, I saw Herc that was in there. He's coming back. I saw Landsman is coming back as like a police captain this time around.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So it's like I'm I'm sold. I was like, they don't gotta press me too much to watch the show.
Let Bodie walk across the screen. I'm gonna cry.
Oh man. I remember as younger, not really understanding that one of my favorite songs, Freeway is What We Do. The video was pretty much just a wire video, and it was rewatching it, and Bodie and everybody's in it. I was like, this video was incredible. The song is incredible. Everything about this is incredible.
Yep. And then it featured on Bel Air, and Freeway was the coach. Yeah. Full circle.
That show knew how to hook me, boy. Let me tell you, that Bel Air show knew how to get me.
I hit you up. I was like, the first few minutes of the show,
you were the only one. Everybody was like, yo, you watched that Bel Air show yet? And I was like, nah, not yet. They're like, I think you're gonna love it. They were right.
All right, well, I think we can move on to Popcorn Papi right
now. Don't stop, pop that.
So 2 movies.
Yep.
Coming out, right? Not out yet.
No, I watched one of the movies.
Okay, which one of them?
What do you mean 2 movies? So we want to talk about the trailer first?
Yeah, I have 2 trailers on here. I don't have any other movies that you watch. You watched
I put a movie on there. What'd you?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, the review.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just making sure. All right, so we'll start with that. Fantastic Beasts 3.
Okay, Fantastic Beasts 3, The Secrets of Dumbledore, which is the 3rd movie in the Fantastic Beasts series.
Okay.
Which I have to admit,
I did not know that was called Fantastic Beasts. I thought it was like Harry Potter Chronicles or something.
Yeah, but it's essentially what it is. It's pre-Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
It's a prequel. So I need to be full disclosure. I have never seen the first 2 Fantastic Beasts movies.
Okay.
So and I knew that going into this movie, and I don't like to watch movies like that where I haven't seen the first 2. But my brother really, really wanted to see it, and he wanted somebody to see it with, and I was like, yo, I haven't seen a movie in a minute. Let's go, let's watch it. So when I go into movies like that, where it's just they're in the middle of a series, it's I need to know, one, do I like these characters by the end of this movie? Do I understand these characters by the end of this movie? Can I pick up the pieces of what's going on without watching these movies, or do I need to be what is happening right now, or can I kind of follow what's going on? And it's and then does the 2 hours that I spent in this movie, by the end of it, do I feel satisfied?
Gotcha.
And also, does this make me want to watch the first 2 movies? Okay. And it's those are the things that I look forward in it. And this movie was very just okay. And from what I know about the Fantastic Beasts series is it has not been received really well by fans. Because I think unfairly, it is compared to Harry Potter, which is one of the greatest movie franchises that we've had. So do I like these characters and stuff like that? And do they do a good job of characterizing these characters? I think they spend a lot of time talking about, this movie is kind of, it's almost like new Voldemort, or the Voldemort before Voldemort. I'm pretty sure when the story comes out, he's going to be the guy that winds up making Voldemort become Voldemort. Okay. Who is played by my boy, Mads Mikkelsen, mostly known for playing Hannibal in the show Hannibal. He plays Grindelwald, who's the the Voldemort type guy. Apparently that role in the first movie was supposed to be played by Colin Farrell. Then something happened, and in the second movie they changed it, and that guy was actually played by Johnny Depp. And then Johnny Depp went through the stuff that he went through, so now he's played by Matt Mills. So this character has had 3 different people play this one guy. And so that. So but he is fantastic as the villain. He plays an amazing villain. He's one of my favorite actors. He's who I've always wanted to play Dr. Doom and stuff like that. I really like him as an actor. So he kills it as him. But it's I feel there's just so much not going on in this movie. Okay. Where it's just okay, so all of this, pretty much Grindelwald, the second movie is called The Crimes of Grindelwald. Okay. And he clearly did something that got him put in jail. Okay. And this movie is about him coming out of jail, and he's kind of running for wizard mayor. Okay. In a sense, type of deal. And it's just the Dumbledore crew is trying to stop that from happening, because if he becomes the wizard mayor, he's going to send us to war with the Muggles or the humans, because he's all about I don't even understand why we tolerate them. Okay. Type of deal or whatever. So that's kind of what this movie is building up for and building up to and stuff like that. The main character of the Fantastic Beasts universe is this guy. His name is Newt Salamander.
Okay.
Salamander, I think that's his name. But it's like he is like a master like zoologist, and it's like he kind of like is the whatchamacallit, like he finds all these fantastic beasts, like all these creatures that are supposed to be extinct, and like he knows everything that there is to know about these animals.
Okay.
And he's very crucial in bringing this one specific animal that they need for like this election per se, and stuff like that. I don't understand like why this character is special like at all in the whole movie. I'm just like, but like why does this need to be him? Like, because that's the whole thing, is like when you have a main character, like at some point like you're supposed to find out like, why is this guy like the chosen one? Like, why is this guy the guy? Is he super brave? Is he courageous? Is he caring? Is he kind? And it's like they never show like any of that type of stuff. So like the whole movie, like I'm waiting, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the moment where they're just like, Newt, this is why it always had to be you.
Right.
And it's like they never get to that point. So like his character fell really, really flat for me.
Okay.
Dumbledore is the other main character. Like his name is in the title, The Secrets of Dumbledore, and he's played by Jude Law. And it's like the whole time, it's like I'm watching this movie, I'm like, all right, so this is gonna kind of give us the gauge of like how Dumbledore becomes a Dumbledore that we know and know and love. And it's like he does some Dumbledore stuff where it's like, you know how like Dumbledore will like, he'll never tell you the answer. You never watch any of the Harry Potter stuff? Oh man, you tell me that. But like Dumbledore is the type of character where it's like he's like the older dude, but like he'll never tell Harry like, yo, you got to do this like if you want to get here. But like he'll say some real slick thing to him, and then he'll be like, he'll kind of do like that.
The old dude?
Yeah, he's a really old wizard. Like,
okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
And he will kind of like tell.
It was like, you shall not pass.
Yes. Well, that's Lord of the Rings.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's Gandalf. But you know, like,
are they not the same person?
They're not. They're not at all.
I mean, like the same actor.
No.
Oh shoot.
No, he's not.
Way to typecast someone.
Yo, bro, that's the guy you're talking about plays Magneto too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Ian McKellen. Sir Ian McKellen. But like Dumbledore is like he will never tell you what the answer is, but like he'll give you like this nugget that like when the time comes, like you'll be like, oh snap, this must be what Dumbledore was talking about, and it'll solve the problem for you. But like he knew all along that this is what was going to happen type of deal. So like he does some stuff like that, but in this movie, like I feel like all he's doing is just making bad decisions over and over again. I feel like a key point to this movie is the Grindelwald character. He winds up acquiring this ability where he can see the future.
Okay.
So like the whole thing is like they have to stop him. They have to make this plan to stop him. But it's like, you know, Dumbledore's whole thing is like, but we also have to we can't have a plan, because if we have a plan, he's just gonna know what we're gonna do. So we have to do like all types of crazy things. And it's like the things aren't ever really too crazy, and it's like the plans aren't really too smart. So it's like these things I'm just like, like I guess this is how we got here. And it's like, I guess like this works. And it's like I just kept doing like this the whole time. But these other characters that they have that play like pretty pivotal roles is like and it's like my favorite character in the movie. His name is like Jacob Lakowski, I think his name is. I wish I could remember like who plays him. But he is a muggle. He's a human who winds up, and like I guess he was in the first two movies, because like they kind of seek him out in this movie. They're like, yo, we need you for this mission.
The young kid?
No, he's he's a little bit older, kind of chubby guy.
I haven't seen it.
He has an amazing storyline like in this movie, and it's like they talk to him the way that I feel like they should talk to Newt. Like, because like the thing is like this guy, like he's a muggle. He was in the first two movies. He was on the journey, and then something happens where he's just like, I can't be a part of this crew no more. So then like, you know, they're getting ready to make this final push, and they're like, we need to go get Jacob. And it's like they're trying to convince him to come, and he's like, yo, like I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And it's like like everybody talks to him like, yo, like you doubt yourself so much. Like you realize that like we need people like you, because like you're the most courageous. Like you're so smart. You're so this. And I'm like, is this guy the main character? Like the whole time, like like things come up, and I was like, oh snap, like he's about to save the wizarding world or something like that. And it's like he doesn't, but it's just like the whole time, and I'm just like, why do they treat him like he's the main character and not the actual main character like he's the main character? Like I love this guy, but I was like this new character, and I was like, I kind of don't really care.
Movie.
I love that character. I thought the movie was just like it was pretty just okay.
Really?
So like it doesn't like so this is the third one, right?
Mhm.
I thought that this was the end of the trilogy.
Uh-huh.
So like it ends in like a kind of fashion where it's like, wait, that was the ending? Like I thought there was more coming.
Oh no.
Turns out there's 5 Fantastic Beast movies.
Oh no.
So like what you call it? So
Nope.
I did kind of come to the conclusion. I was like, I'm gonna get to these movies at some point just to know if I should watch the 4th and the 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, this movie was just very okay. It broke a bunch of the I don't think it broke records, but it was the #1 movie of the weekend. Yeah, but it's like Sonic 2 is crushing it, and it's like they made more than Sonic 2 and stuff like that. It's obviously Everything Everywhere All at Once is still out there, and it's like it's doing really well, but it's like these other 2 movies are just making more money than it.
Gotcha.
So like if I was to put this on the nasty scale,
okay,
which is full price, matinee, $5 Tuesday, Redbox, wait for it on streaming service, kick it, skip it. I think it falls in between the matinee and $5 Tuesday.
Okay. Which is today.
It is today. Excuse me. I think I'm going to shift it to the matinee. Okay. Like I was like, it was good enough. It held my attention. It was entertaining. There's like quite a bit of stuff that like I think if I would have watched these movies, it would have meant more to me. Because it was just like, but like there was like a lot of the jokes like really hit. Like a lot of like my theater was like laughing and stuff like that, and it was like some jokes like made me laugh, and I was like, all right. So I was like, these things really hit. Like I said, like that Jacob character, like I was like, I really felt for this character, and I was like, I really like the journey that he's on, and like it's really well acted, like from his point. I think the only thing was like the new character, who's the main character. I just feel like I didn't get anything from him, and that's why I felt like I need to watch these first 2 movies to see like what's the deal that makes him so special.
Gotcha.
And then like the Dumbledore, that's like I kind of wanted more stuff from Jude Law as well as Dumbledore. There is a big controversy in this movie. So I don't know if you know this, because like you don't watch the Harry Potter movies, like you said. Did you read the books?
No.
So the problem with J.K. Rowling, the author of these books, is she gets into these interviews and she just says stuff. And then like people just got to run with it. And it's just like, I don't know if like it's spoiling. Do you plan on watching these Harry Potter movies? I think you'd really enjoy them, but it's like, they're dope. But like Harry doesn't end up with Hermione in the books or in the movies. And like, she's just like, well, I just always think that they should have ended up together. It's like, well, bitch, you wrote the books. Like you could have just done that. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So like, one of the things that she just said, like she just said it, there's nothing in the books, there's nothing in the movies that lead to this like at all, is that Dumbledore is gay. And she was just like, oh, you guys couldn't tell? And everybody's like, no, like how would we be able to tell that? And so like now these prequel movies, like they go out of their way to make Dumbledore gay in this movie. So there's a scene where he tells, because like he's in love with the Grindelwald dude, or like they used to be like in love type of deal. And like he says like or that's like the whole thing. It's like it builds up to this whole thing. He's like, well, you know that I always loved you type of deal or whatever. And it's like apparently that scene has been cut from like all around the world because like they're just not accepting of it. And stuff like that. So like that's given this movie's taking a bit of a hit because of that, because like people didn't want to see it because of that. So they literally just chopped those scenes out of the movie in other countries and stuff like that. What? Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Does that make it illegal to play the movie if you don't play it in its original fashion?
I think so, but then like I guess like they came to some deal with like Warner Brothers where it's like, no, we still need to make money off these movies. So like if y'all could just chop these scenes out, we'd be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess something's coming down the pipeline for that then.
Was that an innuendo joke?
No, no. On to the next.
So yeah, matinee level movie, like something like that. Especially if you're into the Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts movies, I think it's matinee worthy. I think if you don't care at all about any of these, like if you never watched Harry Potter, never watched any of this other stuff, it's like you could just skip it.
Okay, skip it is.
You haven't watched a single movie that I recommended, have you? Batman? You still haven't watched Batman, have you? Yo, sloppy sucker. You's an ugly.
I have a whole
week. Your pop should have wore rubber.
Week. I got sheesh. Shut out the window. But
it's $5 Tuesday. You should go see Batman today, or take your wife to go see. I'm
definitely planning to go see a couple movies today.
Today? Yeah. Like more than one movie today?
Yeah.
Are you movie hopping?
Oh.
I do that from time to time.
I haven't done movie hopping in a while.
It's so easy to do it now too.
Of course.
It's even easier to do
Just
it now.
don't leave the theater. Go to the snack stand, get some more snacks, and then go right back into the theater.
Because like now you can you can just look at the app and see like what seats are open in the next theater and just go sit in those seats.
See?
I'm telling you, like it always depends on who I go with, where I'm just like, yo, what do you think? Like, because like you always do the thing where it's like, should we see this movie or this movie?
Mm-hmm.
And then like halfway through the movie, I'm kind of like, you still want to see that other movie? Like we could do that. And it's like certain people will be like, hell yeah. Other people will be like, I need to get out this theater, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool. Because I was like, when I go by myself, like I'll go see 3 in a day. Cinemark, please don't sue. If anything, I'm not trying to sponsor this joint because like I'm already platinum level status on my membership.
They say rappers always get locked up for their bars. All right, we have one more on Popcorn Papi docket, and that's the new Thor movie.
Yes,
go ahead and let the people have it.
So the third Thor movie, called Thor: Love and Thunder, just dropped. It's the fourth one. It's the fourth Thor because Ragnarok was number 3.
Okay.
They just dropped their teaser trailer for this new movie. They kind of got Guardians vibes in it. Like I know, like it's the same director as Thor Ragnarok, so like it seems to be like it's going to be a little bit more jovial. And it's like
I was thinking after watching the trailer, it seemed like a little more comedic.
I'm gonna let you know right now, it will not be. So like I don't know if you've noticed in it, like they didn't show the villain at all in this movie.
No, I didn't even think this movie would have a villain. The
villain of this movie is this character called Gore the God Butcherer, who is going to be played by Christian Bale, who was the Batman.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, this villain is this villain is a no joke type of villain. So it's like, and a lot of people have said it too, where it's like,
Thanos?
Like, no, like Thanos is like also like I'm gonna monologue to you, like I'll throw a couple jokes, like you know what I'm saying, like I don't really enjoy this. Like no, Gore the God Butcherer. If I can give like a quick history of like this character is like he has a sword that is known as the Necro Sword, and it's like this sword has the ability to kill God level deities in the Marvel universe, and he became this because they used to pray to a certain god, and his people wound up getting slaughtered. Like even though like they prayed to these guys and like he actually saw them just completely ignore his people as they were getting slaughtered. Okay. So he in turn, I did hear this. So he in turn slaughtered those gods, and then he started to go from world to world and slaughter deities from different worlds. Thor is a god in the Marvel universe, and as of right now, he is the god of gods because there's no more Odin, stuff like that. And it's like he has a real beef with Thor. And it's like it's going to get bloody in this movie. It's going to get gross. It's going to get dark. I'm pretty sure. Like it's gonna get It might be the darkest.
They need to put that trailer out there because the trailer they put out, I was just like, huh.
Because they played a lot of the laughs in it. Because like they got the Guardians in it. He's got his boy. Oh my God, not me.
The Rock dude.
Yes. Core.
I don't know his name. I know you're talking about the Rock dude. He's always chilling with.
Yeah. It's gonna kill me that I don't remember his name.
He always grabs my attention because it reminds me of the white dude from what's that UK movie where he's protecting the robot?
Chappie?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know who plays him is the director. Taika Waititi is who plays the Rock guy. Is
that the director of Chappie?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he's like the director of Ragnarok and stuff.
Okay, got you.
I want to say it's Korg. Korg? Something like that. Korg, that's his name.
Yeah. Man. Really nice that you. Yeah, I'm really nice that you knew that movie too, because I wouldn't have came up with Chappie at all.
Chappie was fire, bro. That movie was dope.
They definitely need to put that trailer out because, like I said, the trailer that I watched, it seemed like it was going to be a comedic type Ragnarok type movie.
Another big thing and a big reveal in the trailer is we're getting another Thor. Who is the Jane Foster Thor, who was played by Natalie Portman in the first couple movies.
Who looks nothing like she did in the first
couple movies. It's been 10 years, bro.
I don't care. I don't know.
So like Natalie,
she doesn't look crazy. Yeah. She just looks like the mom of the person who was in the first movie.
It's been 10 years, bro. She's got to be like 40 something now.
I guess.
But like Natalie Portman famously has left the MCU. Like she really didn't like her portrayal of her character in the first 2 Thor movies.
Okay.
So that's why she was very noticeably absent for like a lot of them. They convinced her to come back very briefly, like in Endgame, like where she has like a very, very quick scene. And like the way that they got her to come back is they told her that they would make her the new Thor, which is the Jane Foster Thor in the comics. I don't want to spoil like her whole deal and stuff like that, but it's like in the trailer they show her holding the Mjolnir,
and
it's like it's got
helmet on and everything.
Yep, it's got all the cracks in it because the last time we saw Mjolnir was broken.
Oh, that's right.
So it's like somehow this hammer came back together and is now in her possession instead of Thor's. And like in the comics, it leads for Thor not even going by the name Thor anymore because like she's now Thor with the power of Thor. Like he calls himself the Unworthy, and it's like that's why he has the axe and stuff like that. So like there's gonna be a lot going on in this movie. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna.
You might have sold it on me because the trailer they put out did not sell me.
They even used the song from Step Brothers.
Yes,
I can sing high.
Right, I'm like,
because like the whole time, like I was waiting, I was like, oh man, are they gonna show gore? Because like that's the thing is like no one's seen what Christian Bale looks like yet in this role. Apparently, there was like a leak of one of the toys for it. And like it looks kind of crazy, so like I was like I want to know what it's actually gonna look like. But I was like they didn't show him at all, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna show people what he's gonna be like in these trailers because like yo, this brother is. I'm trying to think of like the scariest Marvel villain. Like there hasn't really been much, but like it's gonna get crazy, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a piece of him in this Doctor Strange movie.
I don't think anybody is scarier than Thanos, man.
It's got to be right.
Yeah,
and it's like he's scary by like because he's imposing.
Right.
And it's
like
his
word is bond. That's why. That's why it's like
that brother was like,
he mean what he say, and he say what he mean.
Man, now I'm thinking about Endgame. I'm getting choked up. Like I'm just like that movie's just it's so dope.
And Thanos ended up being a hero by accident.
What do you mean?
Because after watching, what's that? The Eternals.
Yeah.
And how the celestial gods are built up. Like if Thanos does not snap, then Earth gets killed so much sooner. Maybe the other guys don't come to a point to where they save Earth after everybody gets snapped back.
Who is this man right now, bro? Like, yo, look at the big brain off Brad.
The big brain off Brad. Yeah, man.
Yo, who are you right now, bro?
Nah, I just came to terms with it. I was just like, you know what? Thanos was lightweight a hero, even though he was a villain. Like, and he was like, he had that moment with Tony Stark where he was like, we suffer from the same thing. You know what I mean? And Thanos didn't want to do what he had to do, but he knew what he had to do to protect people. And they just thought he was a monster, and he was not a monster.
I want to stop talking because like I'm beyond impressed right now. Like you're blowing me right now. Like I'm just
saying, man.
I'm like, yo, he's bringing back quotes, stuff like that.
I'm just saying, man.
You're not the only one cursed with the gift of intelligence.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard of you, Stark.
Thanos is a brother, man.
That's the other man. It'll be painless, merciful.
Right.
You know, like,
right. Like he didn't want people. He didn't want people to be suffering. He made it to where it would be. You know what I mean? He thought this through.
The resources.
He thought this through, man. You know what I mean?
I always like that scene in Endgame where he's just like, I saw whales in the harbor, and she was like, don't even try to say that this was a good thing. And it's just like Captain America's kind of like, I'm just saying the brother wasn't wrong. I didn't like the way he did it, but that doesn't mean that the brother was wrong.
Right. So it is what it is. All right, you want to get into this home cooking?
Of course. I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Cause I'm coming home again. It's time for some home cooking with Big Nasty and Uncle Raisin. That brother is happening.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, now you know. But yeah, my home cooking segment is about paying homage to my pops and my family out in the Bahamas, man. Like as you know, I took a recent vacation that did not end up being a vacation. I'm not gonna take up a lot of y'all time, but I definitely have to make sure to give a lot of shout outs. If I miss anyone, forgive. Charge it to my head and not my heart, because I love everybody that was so hospitable. Like this was like by far the best experience that I've had in a vacation in my entire life. Like I said, it didn't feel like a vacation. It felt like a family reunion. It felt like a homegoing situation. It felt like I was somewhere where I was supposed to be.
Damn, you took it. I was waiting for you to stop and be like, it felt like you was where you were supposed to be.
Yeah, it felt like somewhere I was supposed to be, and like it just helped me to understand like a part of my heritage that I did not know about, that I now get to share with my children, that I get to share with my wife, and that I hope builds on to something so much greater. So without further ado, Auntie Robin, I love you. Rashay, don't kill me. I see. I shouted you out. Shay, I shouted you out. Uncle Ricky, your fish is banging. Aunt Jan, the spread was wonderful. My brother Kristen, my sister Christina, my young nephew Jasper, James. I have a family member who makes and bottles his own wine. Shout out to James. You know what I mean? Villa Estates. All right. So
Are we saving that for a special occasion?
definitely. I already told him that.
Episode 100?
I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have.
Or is it a special occasion with you and your wife?
No. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But Dad, you threw me off.
I'm sorry.
And I don't want to miss anybody. Huh?
You said James.
Yep. My cousin Lee and his beautiful, wonderful family and children. Man, Auntie Barbara. Goodness, it's like it was, from the day I got there to the day I left. Like you know how sometimes on vacations you try to do too much to the point to where it almost didn't feel like a vacation because it goes by too fast.
It's almost like you're working to relax.
Right.
Yeah.
It never, like, this was like a slow stew. Like we were just chilling. Like we went to the beach at the right time. At one point it rained, but where it was raining, we were not at.
What?
Yeah, like where we were staying, we went to a different beach from what we went to the other day. Beautiful. Mind you, I'm ruined forever. I may not never go to another beach out here again. To see the bottom of an ocean when you're actually swimming in the water is an experience that everyone should partake in. But it was just like we could watch rain falling on other people while we was chilling in the sun, bro. Like it was crazy. My dad should definitely become a tourist guide because he knows the history of this island like the backside of his hand, and just him taking us from place to place and letting us know not just the history of the island, but our connection to that history and how everything falls into place. The people are so welcoming. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
So is that your number one shout out to Pops? The number one heavyweight fan?
Hey, yeah, man. Yo, listen, if anybody is plugging out here, it's that man, Wendell Clark Thompson Clark, however, whichever order it goes in. I apologize, Dad, but literally everywhere we go, I felt like a celebrity. It's like, oh, you don't know my son and the heavyweight bros, him and the diabolical diabetic. He was like, look it up on your phone right now, like G checking people. Like,
I said right now.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. He was like, they talk about love and sports and all types of stuff. He's like, you can move through the episode if you want to. I was like, yo, this man's a PR specialist out here, man.
Number one, Bahamas.
He's checking family. Like, yo, episode 41 came out before he came out here. Did you not watch it yet? I'm like, yo, okay, but yeah, man, I spent some good time with cousins and family, and like I said, it didn't feel like a vacation. You know what I mean? It felt like going home from home and kicking it, man. So it was just like the best feeling ever. I can't wait to get the boys out there because I know that everybody wants to meet the boys, so we're already planning on that. And we'll be out there soon enough. My dad has also extended an invitation to the diabolical diabetic because he wants to meet you in person.
What are we thinking?
I'm looking at June or December, man. Maybe both. So I'm just letting you know.
I'm just letting you know my schedule is usually open during those times. Those are vacation seasons.
All right, I'm just letting you know because you hear that, Pops? All right, so we're gonna get it done.
Just know that I need a separate living arrangement from them because the type of spread that I'm looking for when I'm out there is going to be a little bit different than what you guys are looking for out here. You know what I mean?
I'm in
different area codes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's fine. You can kick it with the young guys, man. You can kick it with the young guys, man.
I'm trying to kick with the young girls. You talking about like that?
You Shinari and them. You know what I mean?
Hey.
The single group.
All right.
The single group. You know what I mean? I also want to shout out my brother, Kenneth. He was supposed to be out there, but he couldn't make it. Started a new job, so his schedule didn't permit it. But we in due time. So everything's gonna go exactly how it's supposed to go. I just feel like I missed some people. Uncle Dougie, Uncle Hugh, Tiff. Oh man, like I said, if there's anybody that I missed, please charge it to my head and not my heart. It was just like I was blown away by the entire experience, man. I think the only regret is that I didn't do it sooner.
And I miss my Uncle Charles, yo. That's my dog. No, gotta get on, gotta live on.
So like I said, man, don't adjust your computers or your phones. All right, this tent was given to me by.
You got another week and a half before that joint wears.
I'm like, son, please come back.
You don't watch it like leave your fingertips. Like,
you get a new outfit. You want to wear it a few times, but you don't want to wear the same clothes. But you want to make sure everybody sees this outfit. Everybody sees me in this outfit. I need everybody to see me in this tent before it's gone. As soon as I came back, it was rain. I was like, oh,
you about to go back to work and the kids about to take the color right out.
No, they ain't. No, they. I'm gonna be walking through the hallways like that.
Walking on sunshine.
Telling you. But yeah, I just want to, like I said, shout out to the fam. It was beautiful. It was fun. Can't wait to get back.
Maybe we could do a episode in the Bahamas as a special episode, and we'll pop that wide.
I promise you, there's going to be a comment from my pops because he already said that while I was out there. I already said, he was like, you have to work on a little sound guy and make sure that everything's clear and crisp. But he was like, it wouldn't be bad. This is
easily movable.
Oh yeah, I know. So yeah, man, he's definitely gonna put it in the comments. You might start seeing a bunch of Bohemian flags in there too.
He always makes sure to put one in each one.
Yeah.
Hey, I always respect the love and I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The support is definitely appreciated.
He was rocking his purple and gold royalty heavyweight bro shirt, and he had a white and gold good moot shirt.
Somebody has to wear one.
He's a hater. Look at this hater. But yeah, like I said, man, love, respect. I appreciate it, man. It was dope.
I appreciate y'all showing up. It's a good time. You deserve it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, thank you. All right. The fadeaway gets me every time. It's like, all right, so I guess we can start with the games first.
All right. You want to go?
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about all the games because some of these are really first round buys to me.
It seems like it.
But we will get to the ones that are like the real nitty gritty.
Okay.
All right. Milwaukee and Chicago.
Yeah, that was kind of a done deal.
Done deal.
Do we want to talk about our picks for the whatchamacallit?
No, we'll wait.
Okay. How come you don't want to talk about it?
I mean, I'm up right now. You know
sure about that?
I missed the one. Yes, I missed the one, but that was it. I'm all the teams that I thought was going to win won, except for the one. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, because what we need to talk about first is how, like, I was like, hey, you got first pick, and you made all the picks. And I was like, no, bro. I was like, you don't just get to pick each high seed. That's not how this goes. This isn't one I felt pity for you at the end of the NFL season. I was like, you get one team, one pick this round, and then I go back to back. Yeah.
All right, so the next one is Miami, Atlanta.
Well, actually, real quick, the Milwaukee one. I picked Milwaukee. You got Chicago. Right now, Milwaukee's up 1-0.
Yeah, that's only because you got to pick Milwaukee, or else I would have picked Milwaukee. We already
know. We saw who you would have picked.
They dog walked them boys.
It's looking real spooky for the Bulls.
Same thing for Miami and Atlanta. They held that boy Trade at 8 points.
I also have Miami. You have Atlanta.
Yes.
Not only did he hold Trade at 8 points, like they actually Jimmy Butler and Trey went at it for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they dropped a 30 burger on them, bro.
Yes. Yes.
It was.
I'll skip over that one because I want to talk about that one. We'll go Philly, Toronto. We know that's a wash.
I have Philly. You have Toronto.
Yes.
No, you have Philly. I have Toronto.
Thank you.
Because you picked Philly.
Yes.
And then what you got? Philly is up 2-0, but it's like I know Scotty Barnes is hurt and like all these other people are hurt, but it's like they're not super far off. They've had
Ben comes back next game.
But he plays in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping.
But like Joel Embiid has had like some really, really big games. Like, so they haven't had like the game yet where like Fred VanVleet goes crazy or Siakam goes crazy yet. It's really just been the Philly guys have gone crazy so far. Like James Harden almost had a triple-double in the first game.
Maxey's
going stupid right now.
Yes. And Tobias looks like he don't want to miss. For real. I thought a couple of times I thought he was Danny Green the way he was shooting in the corner. Like, bro, this is crazy right now. All right, so we'll go to Memphis and Minnesota.
Who I have Minnesota, you have Memphis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not too
Minnesota's up right now.
Minnesota's looking crazy right now. I won't lie to you. That Pat Bev effect is definitely.
Well, what's we got? So like we can talk about that. It's like, yo, Karl Anthony Towns was trash in that first game.
Yes, he was.
He caught 4 fouls like in the first half,
Yes.
and it was like he was putrid.
Yes.
But that boy Ant Edwards,
yes,
is
it's
looking.
going crazy.
He's looking different
He's
right
going
now.
crazy. He's going crazy.
I think we like when we get to the end of the season, like we need to talk about our 25 and under guys,
Mhm.
and it's like how far has Anthony Edwards jumped up for you? Because like that was a big showing.
I think he's up there. I think he's up there. You got to consider him like he's changing a franchise.
Yeah.
He's changing a franchise. Like Carl's been needing help for a long time, and now he has it. So we'll see. Phoenix and New Orleans, we do not need to talk about that. So the 3 games I did want to talk about was Boston, Brooklyn, Golden State, Denver, and Utah, Dallas. And I really didn't want to talk about Utah, Dallas, just because it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, but we'll talk about it because I have Dallas.
Yeah,
Or
let's start
I have
with that
Utah. I have Utah. You have Dallas.
yeah.
Luka's still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's that piece of it.
Mhm.
And it's like Donovan Mitchell really seems like he wants out of Utah.
Yes.
And I didn't want to bring this up for obvious reasons.
I think he was done when Rudy Gobert gave him COVID.
He's been done. I think if there was some sort of like list of like guys who want to go to the next team, like Zion's probably up there, obviously. But I've heard quite a number of rumors about Donovan Mitchell to New York. And it's like, I know I didn't want to bring it up because of all that type of stuff. Like if they get knocked out in this first round, would you be surprised if both Donovan and Rudy Gobert were on separate teams next year?
No.
I
I
wouldn't
think
be
it
surprised.
only makes sense, and the Jazz go back to being terrible.
Because the series right now is 1-1. Like,
Yes.
like Dallas just won that game without
Yes.
Luka.
Yes.
What are you guys doing? Like Utah, what is going on? Like Rudy Gobert is looking awful.
They
on
don't
offense.
play as a team.
No.
I think they're just waiting for guys to go off. And if they don't go off, that dictates whether they win or lose the game. It's just like I don't know. It doesn't look like that. That's why I said it's not entertaining to watch. Like
It hasn't been.
it has not at all. So do we have to keep talking about that?
No, I was going to say we can go to the next game right after.
So yeah, let's go to Golden State and Denver.
Yep.
The only reason I wanted to talk about this game is because I'm noticing an implosion of Denver and the potential MVP and Jokic, and it's really tough to watch.
Yeah.
It is really tough to watch DeMarcus Cousins arguing with guys on the team. Like, you ain't even been here long enough to have that authority. It's really crazy to see Jokic slamming a ball and running up in refs' faces. I don't know, just like you have lost games before. Like, I know it's intense and you want to win, but like it's borderline looking childish now. And it's just like I don't know. It's like I said, it's painful to watch.
I mean, it's got to be painful for Jokic because it's like we've all said
Who also could leave Denver.
I don't think so. Why? I think now you're talking crazy.
Okay.
Because it's like, like we don't have Michael Porter Jr. and we don't have Jamal Murray.
Right.
So it's like I'm playing with like a bunch of guys that aren't really on this level. I've carried them this entire year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
gripe wasn't with the team. It's like his gripe wasn't with the team. Like, he's charging after players. He's in referees' faces. Like,
because he's frustrated, bro. Because Golden State, they're on his back, bro. Like, they're on his boots. They're making things difficult for him. And it's like, he's getting frustrated. And it's like, when you don't have a person, like, because he's doing all this stuff and he's still making the right plays and they're not finishing.
Yeah, listen.
And it's like, there's nothing more frustrating than it's like when I make a move, bump into 3 people, make the pass that I need to make, and you don't finish and you don't crash forward.
Right.
And then I have to run back down and I play defense. I come back down, get another look, and you still miss. And it's like, that'll set anybody off.
I feel you.
And it's like Golden State is the team that will definitely set you off.
Oh, yeah. Especially when that man Jordan Poole blocked somebody's shot and then came down and hit the 3 at the other end. I was like, closing time.
We're going to have more Jordan Poole talk soon. But I mean, this is who we thought the Warriors were supposed to be, right?
Right.
And it's like they're looking like the way that they were supposed to look.
Against an inferior team. This is the first time Steve might have coached his whole time at Golden State. It might not even been his choice. Steph might have been like, "Hey, yo, Steve, I'm gonna just sit down for a little bit and let Jordan get his rocks off.
Sounds good.
I'll come in later.
Save me a blue Gatorade."
Right, right. But yeah, they are firing on all cylinders, man. It looks scary, man. And Jordan Poole is getting way too comfortable, man. When he did the no-look left-hand pass
into the paint. Yeah, it was right after
That
he
brother
hit a three.
is getting
He hit a
paid
three
this summer.
So
boy.
it was the block to the three, then the no look pass, and he hits another three, and it's just like, yo, listen, man.
Clay looks like he's getting comfortable.
Clay
in there
is
now.
definitely getting comfortable.
The young boys, Moody and Kuminga, are looking like it's much.
There's no pressure on them.
Yeah,
they just got to play basketball because the other guys are taking the heavier load, and it's just like, listen, just mix in where you get in, and whatever they're getting in at is fine. Draymond's gonna get his little 8, 8, 8, and 8. It's like
he's gonna get his 3, 8.
Right.
That brother will score 4 points and
right, bro. Listen, this joint, it looks scary, man.
It looks crazy.
It looks scary.
Is it a sweep? Does Denver eke out one, or is it a sweep?
Nah, it's over. Closing time.
So if they get swept, is this
Warriors, by the way?
Is this worse than when Dirk won the MVP and then got bounced in the first round? Or is this one like a little bit more like we kind of saw this coming because you were the lower seed, right. You did it, you're missing all these people, all this other stuff. But it's like, yeah, like I feel for you, Jokic. Like you're one of my favorite players in the league right now. I feel for you. I know how frustrating it is, but it's like you have to old Giselle playboy.
Definitely.
Like I don't know what more.
Stop acting like that, man. It could interrupt your MVP. I know the decisions are supposed to already be in, but you never know what people are thinking, man. They get to see you acting like this, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Get that drink to Giannis. Straight like that.
But like I don't know if you saw from game one, like how exhausted they had Jokic. Like he finally went to the bench and he was leaned back and he's like literally like hyperventilating, like and I was like, yeah, man, like that's how they working you out here. Cause like they're of the mindset of go ahead and get your 30, 14, and 8. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is doing nothing. Nothing. And then it's like, but you're gonna feel that 30, 14, and 8. Yep. And it's like that's the way it's supposed to be done.
You can't score 80 by yourself, fam. You're about to take an L.
Yeah. And it's like they're okay with handing out these. Here's your L. Like,
right.
I had to look at my head and see which one.
It's okay. It's like it's an alphabet soup, but we took everything out except the L's. Oh, snap!
That was all right. I'm gonna give you that.
And the last one, I watched this one in the airport because my flight got delayed. And
what a way to spend your delay! Because hell yeah, this was the game of the weekend, bro.
So long story short, Jason Tatum wins the game for the Celtics by 1 with a last-second spin off of Kyrie layup to give them the 1-point lead.
Because both Kyrie and KD fell asleep on defense.
No, it's because KD took the shot that he was not supposed to take. Fam, you took 25 shots to score 23 points. You are clearly the guy who should not have the ball in his hands right now. I know it's KD. I know he's quote-unquote clutch. But like 25 shots to score 23 points. You should. Dragic was right next to you with the ponytail non-defender right next. I would rather you had swung the ball to Dragic and let him take the shot. Kyrie shouldn't have gave up the ball in the first place. He had the first opening. He should have shot a floater or something. I would have been happier with that miss than KD shooting his 3.
What you got? Like, so we could kind of scale this back because like obviously everything comes down to like that last possession, right?
There's a lot of things you could look at.
Yeah.
So let's say the almost 5-second possession where Kyrie has to throw it in. Marcus Smart gets a steal and the dunk.
Yeah.
Claxton missed like 4 free throws.
Yep.
Dragic comes down and has a layup and tries to pass it to nobody. Then when you're supposed to pass the ball, you shoot the ball. Now I get there's a lot of unravelings that led to this point, but when we get to this point in the game, KD wasn't not. You just had gotten your shot blocked twice by Tatum.
What happened?
Then he draws the offensive foul. You know he's closing out on this shot. He's been defending you well. You don't have a good look.
What happened to your boy, the All-Star reserve, Patty Mills? Where's he at? Where's he been?
Patty is. Oh man, he was waiting for this.
I've been waiting for this because
they cut his minutes.
Yeah, to give him the Dragic and like. But what has Patty been doing with the minutes?
He's been wanting them back from Dragic. He's like, Patty's not a guy you could just throw on the court. He's going to give you a bunch of points and you sit him back down.
That's exactly what he used to do in the Spurs.
But listen, he was always saying that he wanted a bigger role. And as he got a bigger role, he produced more. And because he was looking so good on the Nets, it was because he had more minutes. You gave those minutes to Dragic, and Dragic showed up poorly. No.
Who did they give those minutes to? Kyrie. Kyrie wasn't there, and that's why he was putting up the numbers.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Patty Mills can be on the court with Kyrie at the same time. They've shown that already when KD was out and Patty Mills was on the court with Kyrie. It still works with KD on the court. You're giving his minutes to Dragic, and Dragic hasn't shown that he wants those minutes. Give them back to Patty.
I think the big question for this game is, did Boston win this game or did the Nets lose this game?
The Nets lost the game.
They lost the game. Because it's like they were about to win this game.
The Nets lost the game.
And it's crazy.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because I thought the Celtics defense on Kevin Durant the entire game was fantastic.
Yes.
Like he had like 4 or 5 turnovers in the first quarter.
Yes.
Grant Williams was ripping that man like left and right.
Yeah.
Like it was
his last bucket that he made was almost a turnover when he drove the paint, bumped into his own teammate, and more Celtic defenders almost lost the ball. So he just shot up a baseline jumper and made it. Like it's not even good offense, bro. You're playing recklessly out here trying to prove a point that you're the guy. You're not being a team player.
On the other end, we'll save Kyrie for the end because like there's a lot
of
Kyrie.
They could not guard that man.
Like we'll save Kyrie because
this was Uncle Drew Part 3 out there, bro.
Did you see some of the stuff that Kyrie was doing during the game though?
Yes.
All right, we'll save Kyrie. Yes. We'll save Kyrie.
If they find this man, it's whack, bro.
So
because they've been FU Kyrie, all this other stuff.
Right, we'll save Kyrie. We'll save Kyrie. So save Kyrie. Relax.
Okay.
We'll stick on the KD thing right now.
Okay.
So like I said, like they were playing amazing defense on KD.
Yes.
This is quite probably the worst game you're gonna get from KD. Like he's obviously gonna come show out these next couple of games and stuff.
Mind
like
you,
that.
he was hitting a lot of good shots in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of them were very open though.
Yes.
They were very open.
Right. Whenever you were defended by Jason Tatum, you could not score.
Or Grant Williams. Grant Williams had him in a whatchamacallit.
You're right.
And this is after, oh my God, who was it on the team? Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown came out and said, and they played it on the Jumbotron where he was just like, well, they don't have Robert Williams no more. The fact that Robert Williams is out, all they have is Tyson Horford, and like we're just gonna attack those guys because they're nothing and stuff like that. Al Horford had them Nets on mid-dash that entire game. Like stop playing with like Al Horford because he's older or something like that. That brother's basketball IQ is through the roof.
And because KD's a sucker and you always want to leak out instead of rebounding the ball, this man Al Horford is sucking up every offensive rebound and putting the shots back up.
Yep.
And it looks terrible when it goes up, but it's going in the basket because you're not down there. Claxton is soft and acting like he can't box out Al Horford, and that man is getting sat on the hip, and he's getting all these rebounds over this dude. Like it's
Andre Drummond was doing an admirable effort at first, and then they started to really, really go at him and got him in foul trouble.
Right.
And they were like, "We're gonna make you guys play Claxton."
You need to get them auntie hips moving, man. He needs to get back in the gym, bro. Like he clearly is gaining weight in the wrong places, and it's affecting his game.
So they showed the bench at one point in time, and it was like Andre Drummond was sitting on the bench for 4 fouls. And then I think Claxton had just picked up like his 3rd foul like as well. And the guy on the bench was LaMarcus Aldridge. And I was like, is there a reason why we're not playing LaMarcus Aldridge?
I don't get it either. Because he's like an Al Horford.
That is a great comparison. He's like an Al Horford. And it's like
even if he doesn't give you buckets, at least he stops Al from getting a bunch of rebounds.
No, my thing is like I think that's exactly what he does.
If he comes in and gets you 6 defensive rebounds, he's done his job. Because that takes away 12 points from Al Horford.
Yes.
Because he finished with like what, 20?
Yes.
Like, come on.
The thing is, Claxton, for all the things that he is, like he's energy, like he's all that stuff, he's a 0 on offense.
Right.
LaMarcus Aldridge is not a 0 on offense.
Right.
You can't leave him completely open.
Right.
So like if it's Al Horford has to be more honest on LaMarcus Aldridge, if Grant Williams have to be more honest on LaMarcus Aldridge, that just clears the space for you.
Plus, it stops Al Horford from being able to shift so freely.
That's what I mean.
If he's guarding a Claxton, he can shift over.
I ain't worried about this buck.
I'm not worried about him. I have to be worried about LaMarcus Aldridge.
I'm worried about him rim running. I'm not worried about him hitting a mid-range jumper.
Right.
So it's like as long as I got this area, like I'm not worried about this dude.
Right.
LaMarcus Aldridge is different.
Right.
It's like I gotta keep an eye on this brother because he'll catch it and turn around and then like that's a yappo. That's easy.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know what's up with that. All right, so we did those 2 pieces. Jason Tatum. I know you've been pretty sour on Jason Tatum a lot this year. I have him in my first team all NBA. You were saying that like he doesn't deserve to be there. He hasn't shown nothing yet. Did you see anything different?
So it's not that he doesn't deserve to be there. And I'm not recanting my previous statements. I still need to see consistency from Jason Tatum.
Okay.
His game 1 performance was phenomenal.
Okay.
I like the fact that he came out, getting guys involved, making sure that he was rebounding the ball, playing great defense on KD. And then when it was time for him to score the ball, because the Celtics were hitting droughts, he made sure to score the ball. If he does that throughout the series, then I'll give him the stamp. I'll say, okay, you've convinced me, Jason Tatum. But we go into game 2 and you finish with 8 points, 10 points. Jaylen Brown's carrying the load. Marcus Smart is knocking down threes. Like, if these guys are carrying the load and y'all lose because you aren't meeting the same requirements, then you're meeting the statement that I said of being inconsistent. Like, you need, like, this is the time where you need to show how much you look up to Kobe and that Mamba mentality and making sure it's consistent.
I was going to get there.
Making sure it's consistent, because if it's not, then you're J.R. Smith.
Oof. I think that's a little far.
It is a little far, but I mean, as far as being inconsistent, when we say Allen Houston,
why do you always go to Allen Houston?
Because he was super inconsistent and he robbed us for a lot of money.
So like that was one of the first couple posts that I seen. Like as soon as it happened, everybody was like, "See, this that Mamba mentality. See, this that Mamba mentality." And you know how much I hate the phrase Mamba mentality, like in general in a basketball sense. Can't stand it.
Right.
But it's just like, yo, Jason Tatum can't get no credit without having it credit go straight to Kobe, like right after. Like, yes, Kobe was one of his favorite players and like he helped him out like quite a bit. Like, I get it, but it's like, but I do think that he is doing the thing that like later Kobe started to figure out, where it's like, I pick and choose my baskets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, what they were really abusing was they were abusing the switch on Drummond. Mm-hmm. Drummond come out here, now I'm going to dribble out. And like early on, like I'm gonna dribble out and now I'm gonna give the ball to Horford or whoever it is that's now being guarded by Bruce Brown or whatever. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. And then like towards the later end, when it was starting to get Drummond in foul trouble, I was like, now I'm just gonna pull up on this Drummond and then Al Horford's gonna get this rebound and put it back up if I miss. And like, and then like trying to find his baskets like when they need it. And it was like, this is like what you said is like what we've been looking for from him. Jaylen Brown had a bit of an iffy game. Where it was like, you know, like he missed like a lot of open layups. Like, so this is my thing about the Celtics game in general. Mm-hmm. These guys love to make difficult shots and hate making easy baskets. Mm-hmm. I was like, they should have like, and when they made that third quarter run and they were up by like 13, I was like, this should be like a 20-something point lead, because they have tons of open shots and they just keep missing them. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, yo, like I was driving me crazy. I was like, yo, either take it inside or stop taking the shot. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? I know you have to take the shot because it's open, but it's like somehow make these shots easier. And then when Kyrie started to get on his like little explosion, I was like, you guys are really about to blow this game because you guys can't make your open shots and stuff like that.
I don't know why Steve Nash didn't burn a timeout that last possession.
So let's talk about Kyrie Irving.
Uncle Drew.
Let's talk about him.
I'm mad that KD ruined his moment to finally shut up the Celtics fans, because they've been getting at this man every time he comes to Boston, and he shut that crowd up. I don't care what that crowd says, what any Celtics fan says. Y'all can try to play prideful if you want to. Y'all was scared out of y'all draws.
I was scared
that Kyrie was about to kill y'all, especially when he had the ball in that last possession. They just knew for sure Kyrie was about to put up a shot and then look at y'all and give y'all some more middle fingers.
That was some of the best defense that I've seen the Celtics play, period, was like on that final play.
Right.
Like I was like the way that like Al Horford and Marcus Smart were shading on him.
Yes. And I think my problem is Kyrie had an opening, but I think he was thinking they're going to converge on me so I can get it to KD and get him an open shot. But KD wasn't moving off the ball. He's just literally waiting for Kyrie to give him the ball where Tatum is standing in your hip. Bro, move without the ball because Kyrie's looking to get you the shot. He's literally masterminding this game-winning opportunity, and you did not move with him.
We're up. So like I'm trying to eat this clock up, bro.
Even more reason for Steve Nash to burn a timeout. I ain't gonna get on the fake coaching. So bottom line is like when Kyrie first had to blow by, I know why he didn't want to take the shot, because it's so early in the shot clock, so early with so much time left. Let's run some time off, get a good shot. But they could not guard this kid. At one point, this man is taking one step and Jason Tatum's already on his hip. Like, what am I supposed to do?
It was crazy, bro. When he hit, I was like, what is happening in this quarter? Bro, where it's like Kyrie is like,
bro, when he hit the three of Marcus Smart's face, because Marcus was like, I'm not about to let him blow by me, but I don't want him to hit the three. He was literally stuck in no man's land. I teach this to my basketball players. You are in no man's land where you're not guarding the shot and you're not guarding the drive. And like you're overly playing defense to the point to where you're not playing defense at all. And that man banged the three in his face. Like he was in his bag.
I literally, as soon as I was like, I swear to God, he better not make.
Bro,
I was like, this is crazy.
This man had,
I was like, this brother's in a
different
world right now.
29. I was like, yo, he's about to go for 40 on them. He's about to go for 40 on him. And I was at the game last year when I think Tatum went for like 50.
Okay.
KD had like 40 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I do remember that.
But I like that's when I talked about a lot of stuff that we don't see when they go to commercial breaks. Like the fans were like consistently F you, Kyrie. And at one point I was just like, yo, ignore him, Kyrie. But then I saw him go like this. And I'm just like, oh, he's listening to the fans. And he had a terrible game. So I'm like, when he starts giving the middle fingers and he's doing the eye cry thing, I'm like, dang, he's playing to the fans. Yeah. He's not going to be locked in. No, that man was shutting them up at every single moment that he got a chance to, bro. And it was like, KD, you ruined this moment for the Nets, man.
So do we want to get into the antics or do we want to keep talking about Kyrie's game, the actual game part?
We can do both. I don't think there was antics.
So, all right. So like, we don't think they're antics. I do think that they're antics, and I think it's a little. I understand. These people have been talking crazy to him, and he's whatchamacallit, like they've been belittling him. They've been talking crazy to him, and like all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. I get all that stuff. Mm-hmm. My thing, and like the main thing about it is Ramadan, bro, and you are in the middle of Ramadan. Mm-hmm. I understand you are also. You are deficient of liquids. You are deficient of nutrients. You are deficient of food. But like one of the whole points of Ramadan and like all this other stuff is like you're supposed to be like kind of like your best self, and it's like you're supposed to be putting your best foot forward, abstaining from all that stuff. Yes, and it's like for you to be calling people bitches, throwing up middle fingers. You're doing like the cry.
I didn't know he was doing Ramadan.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's been like a huge thing. Is like like he's playing this game at 3:30 in the middle of the day, like he's literally putting the water in his mouth and he's spitting it back out and stuff like that. So he's abstaining from like all that type of stuff, and it's like it's like I kind of want you to be better than that. And it's like, granted, I haven't been the biggest Kyrie fan. I'm not a big Kyrie supporter, but it's like I am a supporter of like the religion, and it's like the practices in which you would sue, and it's like you gotta carry yourself better than that. And it's like we're watching the Winning Time show, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is showing like how you you persevere like through that stuff, and it's like as much as I've said that like I think a lot of the flat earther stuff and like a lot of the stuff that he says like he does it for attention and like he does this stuff not because he truly means it, but he does it for attention. I hope that that's not why he's doing this stuff. But like when you do stuff like that, it opens up the door for people to say that. Right. That's like my whole thing is like don't give them the room to question your validity or like your integrity on like the things that you're doing that are really, really, really important. Like your religion is supposed to be really, really important to you.
Talk about it.
And it's like, and like that's the thing is like I'm like I can't believe that this is how he's acting right now. Like this is like and it's like these fans, and especially Boston fans, are like they're acting a donkey all day long. I get that. You're supposed to expect that from them. And it's like this isn't like the whole like NBA player, you make so much money, so you're supposed to be better. It's like, no, it's not that. I'm just saying that you as a man in general are supposed to be like above this type of stuff. And like that's what you're supposed to show is the class. And that's like kind of what I thought is like it was very classless, the behavior that he was doing. Because you know what? Your play on the court was doing all the sound, it was doing all the talking for you that you needed it to do.
If I shoot you, I'm brainless. But if you shoot me, you're famous.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that's always bothered me about Kyrie. It's like, like stop saying this stuff and just do it on the court. And it's not a shut up and dribble thing. Where it's just like, what I'm saying is like, like your play, you are an amazingly talented basketball player and you don't have a lot to show for it because like you let your mouth do a lot more talking than your game does. When it's like, but when you focus on your game and your game is at its 8-1, it's one of the most beautiful games that I've ever seen of any player ever. And it's much about, and it's a shame that you let this stuff overshadow your play. You had a fantastic game.
Yes.
And all everybody's talking about is like your antics at this game.
Right.
And that's kind of like where I'm at with the Kyrie antics stuff.
That's well said. I have no disagreement.
Like
I don't. But I know where it comes from. I did not know that he was practicing Ramadan.
Yes.
But I also know like deep down inside, and Kyrie may disagree, but I feel like he has a deep yearning to want to be loved by fans.
Yes.
Like he has never played himself to be the villain and never played himself to be the guy who's disrespectful to fans. Like he's always only tried to play his heart out playing basketball, and to have people that don't dislike him or talk badly about him, it affects him. And he's trying to balance that. and he's having a tough time with it.
You have to see this new episode of Winning Time. Because like Magic Johnson has like this thing where, so like I said, like he has this press conference with Larry Bird, and he's just like, what do I need to do to like prove that like I'm better to him, to these people? And like Kareem is just like, it doesn't matter what you do. Like they'll always say that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, you know what? He's like, that silence that like you don't get from them, like giving you that praise. He's like, that silence is powerful. And that speaks more to all this other stuff. And it's like, he gives like this real dope speech to him. So and you've got to see this episode.
Kyrie to watch Winning Time?
Yeah, kind of like, or just, no, like your idol should be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? I would assume like if there's an example where it's just like, I'm trying to follow like this path, and it's like, I'm trying to understand and navigate this world, who better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure he has like a wealth of knowledge to offer you. And it's just like, if you actually truly listen to what Kareem not only says, or like what he was about and how he acted, because like all the things that you want to do, he did that, and he did that stuff on the front lines. And it was just like, he really set the standard for it. And it's just like, it's right there for you, like on a play, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always make fun of like LeBron James, like reading the first page of all these books and stuff like that. Like, are you reading a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar book? Are you sitting down with Kareem to be like, yo, like, because like, I'm telling you, like, it almost seemed like this episode was directed at Kyrie and stuff like that. But then like, you know, like there's a other piece to it, because like Kareem winds up talking to Magic Johnson's dad, and he's like, can I ask you a question? And he's like, what? He's like, has Magic always been this happy? And he's just like, yeah. And he's like, yo, but like, he's like, ever since he came out the womb, this brother's been smiling and stuff like that. And like Kareem is the complete opposite. He's like, I don't understand like how he could see like all this other stuff. And it's like, you know, and then like he smiles and like he has like, you know, all this other stuff or whatever. And he's just like, he never had to go through that, man. And he's like, and like, I hope that one day that he just never does have to. And he's like, and his dad is like, yo, I'm from Mississippi, bro. Like, I've been through it, and like I saw all that stuff. Like, I understand what you're talking about. You understand what I'm talking about, but he doesn't understand like that part of the world. And it's just like, yo, telling you, man. Winning Time, bro. Number one show. I'm telling you, bro.
Goodness, man. Oh my goodness. You stole that moment from me.
But if we want to keep on the Celtics, and we want to keep it there,
they play game 2 tonight, right?
Tomorrow. Because I'm still trying to get the tickets, bro. Still trying to get the tickets tomorrow night.
So Ben should be back this game.
So
there's 3 or 4.
They're saying that game 3. So like when they go back to Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, because this is game 2. It'd be okay.
So which would be Saturday.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year.
As he should be.
So like when I saw the finalists, like I really like that the NBA does this, by the way, where it's like they kind of like take some of the suspense out of it, where it's just like, hey, these are the 3 finalists for every award, because then it makes it real easy to be like, oh, like out of these 3, this is the guy that I would pick. And I was waiting for us to get on here because I wanted to say like I was going to make a case for Marcus Smart for Defensive Player of the Year. I didn't have to, because as soon as we got here, they announced that he
only had 2 names, and it was him and Giannis. Those are the only 2 names I had in my head.
I believe the 3 finalists were Giannis, Marcus Smart, and Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
No, Mikal Bridges was it was like Mikal Bridges, Marcus Smart, and then I think it was Gobert. Like Giannis didn't even make it. Giannis didn't make it.
So if Giannis was there, I might have went Giannis. But out of those 3, I would have chose Marcus Smart.
I think that's it.
Smart. I think it was pretty dope the way Gary Payton presented him his award too. I don't know why Gary Payton was the person, maybe because Gary Payton
was the last guard to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh,
from 1995,
okay.
I believe.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's how long.
That was pretty dope.
Because Gary Payton was like, I take that back. I was about to say he's the first guard, because I was like, no, Michael won it. I think he was the first point guard to ever win it.
Got you.
Do we want to go through some of these other awards? Because like they got the top 3 finals in there. So for MVP, kind of got the guys who we were talking about. They got Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic.
I'm going Giannis.
You're so sour on the Jokic trade. I'm one of those people that I believe that like the MVP is a regular season award, so like you can't take the playoffs into it. And I know that kind of shapes people's narrative, but like I'm still on the Jokic train. I think Jokic deserves the MVP. I think he's kind of like the clear cut person. So like that would be my go-to for that.
Got you.
Rookie of the Year.
Let me know who they got.
Scotty Barnes from the Raptors.
Okay.
My boy Cade, the motorcade Cunningham from the Pistons, and Evan Mobley from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What was the first one?
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, I would probably go Barnes or Mobley. No offense to your homie Motorcade.
No, because like I think Cade was my second pick, but my number 1 was Mobley.
Okay. I'll go Barnes.
I think his defense was already NBA ready as soon as he came in, and I think he changed the trajectory of that Cavaliers team.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you could kind of just see like as soon as he got hurt, like that's when they started to get on this underswing and stuff like that, and like he kind of came back a little bit too early.
Mm-hmm.
But like I thought his game translated perfectly as a as a pro.
Okay.
6th man of the year.
Okay.
Tyler Hero
Mm-hmm.
of the Miami Heat,
Mm-hmm.
Cam Johnson for the Phoenix Suns,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love from the Cavaliers.
One of these things is not like the other.
Why is one of those things always white? why is that always the thing to see?
No, there's 2 white guys in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would go Cam.
Why?
But that's just because I'm on the Phoenix train, man.
So you think Phoenix should just clean up?
Yeah.
Like kind of like Silk Sonic should just clean up, or
Yeah,
Kanye West.
Definitely. There's also somebody missing from that list, and you made a good point about that earlier. So go ahead and make that point now.
This wasn't 6th man of the year. This was a different award that I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because like my pick is Tyler Hero, and I think Tyler
could also be 6th man though too.
He could be, but like I think he started way more games than he.
Yeah. So
but
you're going with Tyler Hero?
I think Tyler Hero's leading all bench players with like scoring. I think he's doing like 22 points per game. Okay. I think the next closest person is Cam Johnson at like 14. But like Tyler Hero's been like a legit.
I thought Tyler Hero was starting.
Max Strauss is the one who starts for the So Duncan Robinson doesn't start, and Tyler Hero doesn't start. All this does is tell me that when this season is over, those Miami Heat are going to trade some people because there's too many people. They're almost like the Memphis Grizzlies where they have too many people for too little spots.
And they may not have Jimmy.
I think he's going to be one of the ones that's going. Do not be surprised if you see Duncan Robinson and Jimmy getting shopped for somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Come over to New York.
You could take Jimmy, and you want Jimmy in New York over Donovan Mitchell?
No, I'll take them both. And Zion.
All right. Anyways, we already did Defensive Player of the Year. Coach of the Year. Taylor Jenkins from the Grizzlies. Eric Spoelstra from the Heat. Monty Williams for the Suns. Come on, bro.
Monty Williams.
Come on, man. It's got to be Monty.
He's the only one coaching.
Although I do like Taylor Jenkins of the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
I think that if it wasn't for what the Phoenix Suns are doing or what they have done, and it's like they've missed Chris Paul, they've missed Devin Booker, they've missed DeAndre Ayton, and it's like they didn't skip a beat. And it's like everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing, and they just look like a well-oiled machine. Oof. And then I think the one that's the most polarizing is the NBA's most improved player. So you got Darius Garland, Ja Morant, and DeJounte Murray.
I don't think Ja Morant should be on there.
I don't think Ja Morant should be on there. And I think the person who really should have the most improved player of the year isn't even on these 3 lists. And I think it's crazy. And that is Jordan Poole, bro. Bang, How is Jordan Poole not on the most improved player of the year? How is it? Like, granted, Darius Garland, you made an insane jump. Yep. Like, you were an all-star. Yep. You brought this team to the 8th seed, stuff like that. Who was Jordan Poole last year? Darius Garland was the top 4 pick in the draft. Like, you know what I mean?
Who's the 3 again? You said Darius
Garland, Ja Morant, and DeJounte Murray, who's like another person.
I'm going to pick Ja Morant because that's going to be the person who wins, of course, because if you're comparing him to the other 2 guys, you have to go with Ja Morant. But he shouldn't be on the list because he hasn't improved. He's been consistently balling since he came into the league. So
I think my pick is Garland because it's like you kind of went from like, do you remember what Darius Garland was doing last year? Mm-hmm. Do you? Because like I don't like I was gonna
say nothing.
And it's like now you're an all-star and it's like you're the leader of this team. Like
Showtime Cavs, bro. It's the Showtime Cavs.
Like I also believe that Ja Morant shouldn't be on this list. I think that should be Jordan Poole's spot. Right. And I think Jordan Poole should be going home with his most improved player of the year.
Definitely.
And he should be going into the offseason making big bank with that underneath his name, 2022's most improved player of the year, Jordan Poole. Like that, it's just crazy that he's not even on there. But like I'm gonna go with Darius Garland for that. But that's all I have for the awards.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't know what the next award is. I'm sure it'll be Coach of the Year probably. Mm-hmm. Like they just did Defensive Player of the Year. I'm sure it'll be Coach of the Year, and then I think we'll get 6 man. Mm-hmm. I know MVP is always the last one.
I think Coach is right before MVP too. So you may get all the other stuff first and then Coach.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I remember it being deep in the playoffs when Monty Williams won before. It wasn't in the first round.
Okay.
So we'll see. But
I know we don't have anything for the Blitz, do we?
Just one little notable. So this USA. Oh, go ahead and get out my way. Watch out as I come through.
Man, I wasn't going to.
You can do it subtly. I like that. No, I told you never to do that again. See, you weren't listening.
I wasn't going to. That's what I said. Like I didn't want. Like I thought we were just gonna breeze over.
Yeah, we could breeze over it. So
because it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah. So the USFL.
I'm not gonna do it because you're looking at me like I'm not gonna do it. All
right.
I promise.
So the USFL kicked off.
Yep.
And I guess it's an opportunity for a lot of guys who are still fighting to get into the league or back into the league to have an opportunity to showcase to people that they can still play football. So, I mean, it's on a 50-yard field, so I don't know. Like,
I know T.O. caught a touchdown.
T.O. caught a touchdown at 49 years old.
Yep.
He
played
did
for the 49ers.
He did look dog tired after he caught it, but that might have just been the T.O. posture. You know, he might have just been emotional to be catching the touchdown. You never know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are giving Colin Kaepernick a lot of slack because this was an opportunity for him to showcase his opportunity or his talent to potentially get back into the NFL.
Right.
So I don't know if you know, he had the showcase at Michigan where he was throwing the ball around. Then he had a workout with a couple of wide receivers. I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember who they were either.
I think Chad Ochocinco might have been one of them.
Okay.
But they were working out, so that kind of caught some headway. And then it was like some teams are interested in Cap, so everybody was waiting for him to play in this game, and then he did not play in the game. So they were just like, if you're trying to get back in the NFL, why did you not play? Why did you not play in this game?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know what's going on. I think and I don't want to speak for Cap, but it's just like, I'm doing this just to get more reps. Like, I shouldn't have to do this to prove to you that I belong in the NFL.
It's been like 4 years though. So like, I kind of think like you kind of do need to showcase, but it was like a lot happens in 4 years. Ask Cam Newton.
Would you take him or Baker?
Just because I've seen Baker's body work, I got to go Baker.
Okay. Do you take him or whoever plays for the Jets?
Zach Wilson. I think you got to go Zach Wilson. He's your second year star quarterback. Like you got to give him the shot.
Okay. Cap or Daniel Jones?
Oof. I think I got to give Cap some work.
Okay. Cap or whoever is going to start for the Saints?
Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston get that.
We don't know if he's going to start.
Why wouldn't he start?
We'll see.
Because I know Andy Dalton's the backup, and Taysom Hill's going full-time tight end, so
they're going to have to battle for that job.
I think Andy Dalton is battling with Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston got that in the bag. I think he looked really good before he got hurt last year.
I would hope that he does too, but Andy Dalton has proved not to be a slouch, so we'll see what happens. I'll do one more team. What's if you're the Washington Commanders, do you take Cap or
Carson Wentz? I'll give Cap a workout. Like that's definitely take a look. So I was waiting. Like, why didn't you go for the Falcons and Marcus Mariota? Because like that was the clear. I was like Cap.
Okay, Cap or Marcus Mariota.
Cap.
Okay, so it seems
Cap or Sam Darnold. Cap. Like I'm giving him workout at least.
So it seems like it's split down the middle. So I would say the next thing wouldn't be to watch him in a USFL game.
How did he do it?
Have him come work. He didn't play.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
It would be to bring him to a camp.
Yeah.
Invite him to a camp. See what happens. And it saves people time because it's like, all right, let's say you are the Panthers. All right. I don't have to invite him to all the other camps. I just tell the coaches he's going to be at this camp. And then everybody instantly gets to get their eyes on him. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you know what? Let's see what happens. And Cap goes from here to here, just like that. Because it's going to be that team that's like, well, we hosted them, so we have rights. Yeah. And there's going to be another team that like, man, they look good. Is somebody else going to jump on them? Should we pull this trigger quick? Then it's the other person that's going to be waiting. And then before you know it, Cap's phone is ringing again. But that's just me.
I hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
You ready for them heavyweight lovers?
Just waiting for them heavyweight lovers.
What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up.
Like not so rough with our things.
Sorry, I know it's been a couple days. I was wondering too, like yesterday when I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get ready to pod. I was like, is he gonna try and throw it on me because it's Tuesday? He's gonna try to make it like my heavyweight lovers thing, and I was like, nah, Playboy, you missed your episode. Like you got to make sure you got to come back.
Turn it around quick on you like that.
Almost like our boy G Head with a quick turnaround. So we can catch him at custom merch on IG and Etsy. Put in that promo code, heavyweight bro, HW8BROS to save you 10% off your order because the more you spend,
the more you save.
If you damage other equipment because you keep flinging these things around, we're going to have a serious conversation. It's a serious problem.
Be like, Gambit.
That boy Young King will be in that seat real quick. Let me tell you.
That is hilarious. All right, so this episode is called Watch the Throne.
Okay. You wasn't now watching the throne. Don't let me into my zone. Don't let me in my zone. Don't let me in my zone.
Fellas, let's understand. The first battle is getting her to say yes, right? Oh. The second battle is getting through the whole wedding ceremony, right? Then we talked about another battle of maintaining the relationship.
Yep.
There is another battle. This infinity gauntlet right here. All right. This doesn't make life easier. Okay. This won't take long either, just so you know. Okay. I know often at times, like we're like, all right, we're married. You know what I mean? I found the woman of my dreams. I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. We're going to share forever together.
Forever, ever.
Forever, ever. All right. What you have to understand is that with great power comes great responsibility. All right. There are going to be what my grandma would call Jezebels out there running around that are going to see high commodity land when they see that ring on your finger. Do you understand? It's kind of like seeing unclaimed hilltop property when they see that ring on your finger, okay? Because what this ring shows several different things, all right? I'm not going to go through them all because I'm pretty sure that you know what your commitment is to this ring when you married your significant other, all right? But it shows that you are committed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was really struggling with this.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Cherry Carmex, huh?
Yeah, and it's the one that squirts, and that's what's killing me because usually I got the stick. This joint is killing me right now.
So many innuendos there. You'd be all right. So it shows
actually strawberry.
Strawberry. Okay, I knew I smelled something. All right. It shows commitment. All right. It shows that you are willing to put yourself aside for someone else. It shows that you're potentially a good father. It shows that you are a good husband. It shows that you are willing to share the things that matter most to you with someone else. And that therefore puts a target on your back for these Jezebels that are running. I won't keep calling them Jezebels. I apologize.
For other potential suitors?
Other potential suitors. Thank you. That's a good way to say it. All right. And a lot of these potential suitors are looking for the qualities that you have. And sometimes in vulnerable situations and in states and of caring, we will go through to any lengths to feel happy or celebrated or to feel like someone cares about us. And in those situations, a lot of the times people will look where success has already happened. You understand? And this wedding ring is a symbol of that success. So rather than, and this is not just for the fellas, it's for the ladies too, that you know what I mean? I know there's still going to be dudes trying to holler, even though you got that ring on, but that's just some slime balls in the seats.
I'm thinking of like the go-to one. It's just like, hey, sweetie, like, oh, sorry, I'm married. Can't have friends.
Right.
If anybody ever tells you that lie, go for the hills, because whatever's coming out that brother's mouth right after that is nothing but tomfoolery and chicanery.
Right. So it's like you are embodying everything that this single person may be looking for when they're going out on a date or hanging out in the club or in the grocery store or just making themselves available in any shape, form, or fashion. The intentions is to find someone that they can share their life with. And when they see that in you, you have already started with a footstep backwards. All right. So, and caution, I would say to look for subtle signs that shows you that somebody may be overemphasizing the fact that you are married. All right. So
I can't believe that you're married. Like
that's one.
Yo,
that's one.
What a catch.
What a catch. Your wife is so lucky to have you.
Oh my God.
They are pitching game. I'm just letting you know. This is
what pitching woo on the yard there, Jagale.
You know what it's called? It's called grooming. It's called grooming. Okay. You never go into a tuxedo shop and they just throw a whole tux on you at the same time. No, you know what they have to do? They have to take your measurements. Then they have to fit you. And then once they fit you, they have to tailor the suit. Then once they tailor the suit, you have to actually try the suit on to make sure it fits. And then once you try the suit on and they see that it fits, that's when they sell you on the suit. Fellas, do not fall for the tailorship of someone who does not belong in your fitting area. Do you understand? You've already been suited and booted.
And ladies, because like once
and ladies,
because like yeah, like whoever it is, and it's like it doesn't even have to be husband and wife. It's boyfriend, girlfriend. So
yeah, don't let nobody try to Aunt Viv you, Uncle Phil.
Because what they'll do, right, is like they'll never press you about it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never be like, hey, this person's treating you so wrong. Like I would treat you so much better. Like I would do this. What they'll do is like they'll wait for you to start complaining about things, and then like all of a sudden they'll start doing the things that like you complain about. Like like I'm just tired of like not having home cooked meals no more. Like
I would never make sure you go without a home.
Not only they won't even say that. Like next day, like hey, I made some extra lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about you and I was wondering if you'd want some of this lasagna. Now all of a sudden,
so the least I can do being your work husband.
Why are you looking at me, bro? Why are you looking at me?
I'm just saying. I wasn't intentionally looking at you. I was looking for your validation.
Okay.
You incriminated yourself.
Nah, bro, because like you.
Listen. I'm just saying you have to be careful. All right. It's gonna go from.
It's looking for the signs, bro.
It's gonna go from flattery to suggestive statements to shot shooting. All right. And before you know it, you have been groomed, and you could find yourself in a situation where you have a bad argument. You go to bed angry. You didn't take the time to be understanding, and you just want to be heard. Now, this is for fellas and ladies. And the person who is waiting for you in your vulnerable state to be supportive is the one person who has already lined up that suit, already got it fitted, and is already looking to make a sale. And the whole time, you're unbeknownst to what's going on, but they're just waiting for that foothold, waiting for that door opportunity. And you do not want to ruin all your 80 for this 20% of attention. And I'm going to leave it at that.
No, because
I understand this is a weapon. It is a weapon. And that weapon is not on your side. It is a representation of your love and everything that you care about. But when you walk in, you'll start noticing it more. I'm going to tell you right now. Some people won't even say anything. You'll walk in and they'll be looking for this finger to see if there's something on it. Like,
because look, the thing is, people will point out to you, like, oh, I didn't know you were married.
Right.
Why are you looking at my hand?
Right. What? Why? I got 10 fingers.
But like, someone like you will tell a story, be like, yeah, something like my wife and stuff like that. Like usually that's how people are like, I didn't realize you were married. Right. That's a natural way to find out that someone's married. But when they already G-checking your hand to see if you're married and stuff like that, like that's what you call it. And that's also like, they're not dumb. So they point it out to you so that way you notice that they notice and stuff like that. So that way, like without them having to ask, you already noticed.
Right.
Already people.
And that time is another grooming question. How long you been married? Because if it's early stages, like, I have to do too much work. If it's longer, like, this one's committed. I want to put the work in. 16, yeah, really? Man, that's a lot of time.
Because like you ever get your wife a gift or like you do something and it's like, and you don't feel appreciated enough. Because that's what these people are known for. It's like they're going to give you that appreciation. It's like, I can't believe that they would act like this and you went all out to give them that gift. And you're like, I know. And they're just like, I wish someone would do something like that for me. Something like that. Like,
I've seen certain situations where I do something nice for my wife and they're like, how'd your wife like? She loved it. She was super blessed. Good for her. I'm like, hey, how'd your wife like? She's not really into stuff like that. Shame on her. Like shame on who? Shaming my wife? Listen, fam, don't make me bring she like Jenny from the block. Not like Jenny now, but like hood Jenny. Don't make her come in here and tap dance all over your face. All right. She a little thing, but she pack a punch. All right. But the point of the story is just to make sure that you understand that like it's constant work. All right. Even when you're working in your marriage, there are other entities. Did I say that right?
No, you got it.
That are looking to destroy what you have put together with you and your significant other. All right. It's a spiritual connection. And with that spiritual connection, there are other spiritual connections that are trying to tear apart the idea of you having a humble, wholesome, loving marriage.
So I got two things. So
Okay.
one of them is a sign that you are being groomed
Mm.
and you know that you
Mm.
are. And one of those signs is you purposely, and you know in your head, you purposely do not tell your significant other about stuff that happens at work with this person. So that way this person could never be a problem because you don't know about this person and that this person exists.
Mm-hmm. I've been in that situation before. So so it all depends on how they introduce you. Because there will be a time where you may meet somebody from work. Yeah. And there's been a situation where, like, I've had a colleague where they'd be like, oh, yeah, I take care of him at work for you when he's here. I call him, like, my work husband. I make sure that he feeds and eats and everything, but I know he belongs to you. That, to be honest with you, that is respectful. Because it's letting you know, like, hey, me and your husband work closely together. I'm not overstepping any boundaries. I'm letting you know that I support your husband at work, but I'm not trying to bag. I am helping out, right? But then there's that other person where you're like, oh, yeah, we work together kind of, sort of, like, yeah, here and there. Nice to meet you. Like, why are you trying to hide this work relationship where you didn't give me a half a tuna sandwich just the other day? Like, don't try to be like we have a secret that I'm sharing with you from the person that I love.
I'll just say, like, more in general, like you ever, you'll have a story, right, mm-hmm. about something that happened at work. Mm-hmm. And it's like you purposely, like, in the middle of the story, you realize, actually, this person's going to be in the story, and I feel like the story is going to get lost because like what's going to wind up happening is just like, but why did this person do this for you? And so and then you got to kind of be like, oh, well, like, we just always been working together. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, she's always been making me lunch. What do you mean she makes you lunch? So, like, you purposely avoid telling certain stories because it's like you already know where it's going to go. That is you're being groomed, and you know you're being groomed because you like it and you know what's going to happen. So that's number one. The second thing that I was gonna say is your significant other always knows who that person is, and they will be very vocal and tell you about, like, when they're uncomfortable, and you have to take that stuff into account. And it's like, I know that it's like, especially we're talking about work specifically because like, work is where you spend.
Whether they're right or wrong.
Yeah, whether they're right or wrong. If they feel uncomfortable,
you still have to hear them out. That way you clarify it not being what it looks like. Yeah. Or you find out that, like, man, I didn't know this how it was. I wasn't really paying attention, but now I am. Let me check it.
Yeah. It's like, like, how come all your stories got James in it? Like, why is James always doing this? Like, why is he always doing like all this type of stuff? So I'm like, and it's just like, they'll do the thing where it's like, they'll have you meet them and stuff like that. It's like, this isn't it though. And I know this ain't it because, like, the whole vibes is off now that I'm here. So it's like, so what's going on when I'm not here type of deal? And he'd be like, yo, I don't know what's going on with this you and James stuff, but, like, I don't know if you know or not. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that you know because, like, I'm not with nobody that's stupid. But it's like, yo, my man's just trying to shoot his shot, or like he's doing a little much. It's like, I don't know.
Like, hey, what's up, sweet? My significant other. Oh,
hey, big fella, heard about you, bro. Hey, man, like, heard a lot about you. Hey. That's a good one that you got. It's a good one.
Got a gym. Take care of that gym.
No, brother, is that a warning?
Fam, meet me outside right quick. Man. Let's have a conversation right quick, man.
I'll holler at you real quick. Let me tell you right now.
Big man.
The backwards hand on the chest is a Raisin staple for, like, hold your horses. We need to have a conversation. And this hand get real heavy on the chest. Like, he'd be like, hey, like, it won't be a slap, but it'll be like a real light touch to the chest, but then, like, the weight will come down on it. That's a Raisin staple right there. So, hey, why don't I holler at you real quick? Like,
yo, chill out, man. Chill out, man. Yo, you're killing me right now, man.
He's like, yo, like, listen, man, I don't know what my wife told you about what's going on around here, like that, but I just need to let you know. Yeah. This look a little crazy, big fella.
Yeah.
Like, hey, big man, like, hey, heard a lot about you, man. Listen, all she does is talk about you all the time.
Heard nothing about you. Let's get to know each other.
The weight. It's like Thor's hammers on my chest. It's like, I can't pick it up.
Wait right here. I'll be right back.
No, because, like, they not slick out here. I feel like this should have just been the work husband, work wife conversation, but it's just like, nah, but it's like,
it can segue into it.
But it's like you know like how you have like a group of friends, and it's just like like
do tell.
I really don't. I'm feeling uncomfortable in this conversation. Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
But I'm just saying. So why you turning your whole body up?
My bad.
Why you turning your whole body up? I knew you gonna do something dumb. But it's just like, there's someone that like you always perceive as like innocent or like something like that. And it's just like, no, like sometimes people can sniff these out. And like, I know, like there are people that have jealous significant others, or you have someone who's insecure like in their own self. So like when someone else is doing the thing that you're insecure about and you see that your partner is enjoying it, like that's how jealousy and stuff like that build. But like what we're mostly talking about, because like a lot of those relationships are unhealthy relationships. So if we're talking about marriage and we're talking about like all this other type of stuff, we're talking about a relationship that is a healthy relationship and it is balanced and it is respectful, and it's like there's not like jealousy and stuff like that thrown in there. And it's like that's when like you really have to take these things into account, because I've been with jealous people and it's just like you just got to be like, you got to kind of like brush them off like half the time, because it's just like, oh my god, here's another person like I can't be around my sister because like you feel uncomfortable with like how my sister hugs me or something like that. It's like, like there's people like that, but then there's people where it's like, yo, like I understand like this has been your person and like you guys are cool. How cool are y'all really? Because like I've never heard about this person like coming around when like you needed stuff, or like when we were having a rough time, or like when this stuff was happening. But now all of a sudden like this person is like, this is like you guys are like all of a sudden can't be separated. That's your ace boon like out of nowhere, and it's like y'all super friendly. It's like it ain't the same thing, right? And it's like so, like usually your significant other can smell the intentions like from that person, and it's a tough road to navigate, because it's like I said, like some people do have like those built-in relationships.
What you do is you don't get on the road. That way you don't have to navigate the road.
It's true, but it's like, man. So like, let me not do it, because I was gonna get into like a whole deeper thing, but that's a whole different thing on itself.
You got next pod. You got
next
pod.
I'm gonna save it.
All right, that's all I had.
No man, just
watch the throne.
Shark infested waters, man. Just be careful out here, because like, that bait boy, let me tell you.
Oh my goodness.
That wasn't a sexual innuendo.
I didn't say it was.
You made it. You did a oh my goodness. Like every time I make an innuendo. That wasn't one.
Okay. All right. My bad. All right, so we can get over to this cultural gem.
Go ahead. Shine bright like a diamond.
All right, so I didn't want to come back from vacation and not have fun. I didn't want to do a bunch of shooting and drugging and all types of crazy stuff, which usually are movies that.
Oh, these are the movies. I think we're talking about activities you're doing.
No.
I was like, you was shooting and drugging. Went back to the old Raisin.
I wanted to make sure to make y'all laugh, so I'm going old school, but not too old school. Well, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty old movie. Came out in '98, stars Martin Lawrence, and it's none other than Blue Streak.
Oh yeah, that's like 2000s, right? That's still old. That's almost 20 years.
It's like it was '96, I believe.
Shut up.
I want to maybe '98. I'll tell you right now. I already got the facts up.
So that's 26 years. Am I tripping?
Yeah.
So yeah, but what show? Some of these? No, that can't be.
99.
1999. So that's
1999.
So that's 23 years.
Yep. So this has Martin Lawrence, Pete Green, which was he played RoboCop, I believe, right?
No, you're thinking of the wrong Peter. That's like Peter Weller or something. Okay. Like that.
It's got Luke Wilson, Dave Chappelle.
I can tell you this: he's gay. Gay.
Yeah, so it's a really, really good movie. It's for those who haven't seen it, Martin Lawrence plays a jewel thief. He's getting chased by the police, and he hides the jewel in a development building while he's in jail. And when he comes home, he finds out that development building has now been a police station. So he forms this whole identity of him being a cop, so he could find a diamond inside the building. It's a really hilarious movie. Martin Lawrence does a great job with it.
Copy. El Gato en los Pantalones. I think he said he has
El Gato en los Pantalones.
I think he said he has.
Gotta get the officers they pizzas.
He's like,
I was gonna leave them, but I don't want to leave them with Shamu over there.
That's like leaving like a little tea. That's like leaving like a little cookie or cake around.
I'm gonna eat them up. I'm gonna eat them up. The man was like, "Hey, this gonna hurt a little bit." But yeah, right. He's like, bro, you got a
I'm not like a big Martin Lawrence fan. Like he's always been like one of the ones like obviously like Martin and stuff like that. But like I think he does like the same character over and over again, and it gets really tiring. Blue Streak is definitely an exception. Like I love Blue Streak. That was definitely a movie in the DVD collection. When the cable went out, we watched Blue Streak quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Fire soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Blue Streak as well. Like I think a lot of Rockefeller on that soundtrack. I think like FED was a feature song on it.
Oh yes. I could look up the soundtrack. I know I want to let you know where it can be found.
Go ahead.
Hulu.
Oh.
Sling.
Oh.
Amazon.
Oh.
YouTube. Google Play Movies.
Okay.
And Voodoo, of course.
You know, it's a Voodoo thing. Who do we got to reach out to for Voodoo?
I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out, man. Let's see.
What are you looking up the soundtrack? But like, I'm surprised like how many streaming services that it's on. Like it seems to be like it's pretty much like it's out there.
Yeah,
like you can see it. Like it's just not on Netflix or HBO Max. But besides that, it's on everything else. It seems like.
So you got. Oh, it doesn't say the artist. It just says the songs. Yeah.
No, you call it. You didn't go far enough. You keep going down, it'll be like track listing. Oh, never mind. I guess you did.
Nope. Oh, track listing right there. All right, so you got Girl's Best Friend, Jay-Z. You got Criminal Mind, Stevie J and Tyrese, and featuring Heavy D.
That's the song that I'm thinking of. That's the main song.
You got
Tyrese is definitely singing his ass off like in that video.
Right. You got Damn Right with Ja Rule. You got While You Were Gone, Kelly Price. You got I Put You On, The Brat. You got Blue Diamonds by Raekwon. You got Getaway by Crazy Bone. You got Rock Ice by Cash Money Millionaires. Nah Nah B by Foxy Brown. Give Me Your Money, right? Rehab. You got The Freak by 69 Boys. Fam, that's what I'm saying.
It was like I remember like the soundtrack being wild, and it was like on the DVD specials, like you could watch.
Bro, please don't Forget About Me by Rough Ends.
Yo, what? My boy's Rough Ends?
All Eyes on Me.
No more shopping spree.
Right.
No more late
nights. You got All Eyes on Me with Keith Sweat. You got Playboy Like Play It. Yo, listen, man.
Did Martin Lawrence just do the soundtrack? Is that like what it was? Like he just really got everybody in there.
Listen, man.
I saw a lot of Jermaine Dupri tracks on there and stuff like that. It was like it was that type of movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah, that joint is hilarious. So yeah, that's a cultural gem, man. You got a nasty nugget for us?
Oh, snap. I honestly do not. I'm trying to see like
don't wing it. Don't wing it.
No,
I'm
not gonna wing it.
We ain't gonna make you double up next episode either. Don't worry. I'll be ready for you. Don't worry. It's all right. We're not mad. It was a long pod. Man. It's that welcome back pod. You know what I mean? That welcome back pod. But again, you know what I mean? Glad to be back. Happy y'all here with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell if you haven't done that already. Like I guess shout out to Nassau. Had to be back with my homie Joey Crack. You know what I mean? We'll see you next time. Peace. Hey.
Is there like a Bohemian song or something like that like we could play, or like a national anthem or something?
I'll put it on the gram.
You don't want to sing it on the way out or nothing like that?
The national anthem?
I don't know. Like, is there a big Bohemian artist?
Put me on the spot.
I think blood, blah, 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 blah. You can hit that anytime.